Hey everybody! I know it's other than the videos I've posted during the vacation, been a bit, but I am finally returned. Well, I returned 2 days ago, but you get the idea. So, how is everybody tonight? See, how's it going? Yeah, it was great, apart from one day. I'll talk about that in a moment. But, Ricky, what was you telling me right before we went on?
Well, I just came back from seeing Iron Maiden a couple of days ago for the second time, which I never thought I was going to see him once, but second time in my lifetime, that's pretty good. And that will be it for me for the concert for this year. But next year, I got already three booked. I got Swallow Sun in March, I got Disturb in April, and I got Metallica in June.
Damn.
So I got those three booked, and there's some potential ones that I'm gonna thinking of going like Blue Oyster Cult in February. Saxon's coming back to San Antonio, so I might see them again, which I will love to see them again. But I am holding everything because with the rumors going around of ACDC announcing an American tour this week, I want to wait because once they announce a tour, and hope to God it's in Texas, and hopefully it's a date that I can go that doesn't concur with the other tour dates I already got scheduled. I'm definitely gotta go see ACDC. I have to.
Hmm. But, what's up, Ace? Did you guys hear the new Guts single, Devoured by Insects, is groovy? I actually have never heard of Guts,
Haven't
but that
haven't
sounds
yet.
pretty enticing.
Yeah, the new
Um,
Obscura song.
hmm?
Did you hear it? The new
What?
Obscura. They released a single.
No, it's not. It's not released till I think tomorrow.
Hmm?
They just
No.
showed it as like because it's premiering this week.
Okay.
But
But
yeah, I'm
yeah,
down for new
next yeah,
Obscura. It's been a few years.
it's been what,
Um,
6 years?
2021.
Oh, well, I thought it was
Yeah, their
longer.
last one of Valediction was 2021. But of course, a new lineup because that's just how Obscura seems to be. But it
Yeah, kind of
is what
like
it is.
Death. Kind of like Death. Every single album was
Stefan
sort of a different
Kummerer. I
line.
mean, Stefan Kummerer's like the German Chuck. He's a perfectionist. You can't really fault him for
I mean, dude, I mean,
it.
you can't blame the guy.
No, I mean it's his band. It's what he wants it to
Hmm.
be, and if he needs
Yeah.
certain people, then he's gonna get them. And then probably like because their last lineup shift saw like Christian Munzner and the bass player leave again. I think they left to do their own thing, and Stefan was like, "That's totally cool." So I
Yeah.
don't think it's like bad blood or anything. So
Yeah.
what's one musician you used to love but now hate? Oh dear. I wouldn't
Mm.
say I loved him. I tolerated him until 8 years ago, and I think Ricky knows who I'm talking about.
Machine Head.
Rob Flynn. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And funny enough, Machine Head's actually having a tour of San Antonio with like Kunokoyo, and that's an iffy one. I'm like, I don't know if I should go to that one. I want to see Lacuna Coil more, but Machine Head's like, well, they got some good albums, but then again, their latter stuff. Oh, you're muted.
Oh, I said Catharsis, Supercharger,
Yeah.
Burning Red.
So
And
I
what's
think,
funny, it still makes me laugh that people want to still complain about Metallica doing load, reload, Saint Anger. At least they're not Burning Red, Supercharger, or especially Catharsis. I'll say that,
I
but that's
mean,
just
I
me.
mean, I don't have any Machine Head in my collection, but if I would
I
get
have
Machine
the
Head,
first album. If I do get more Machine Head, it would probably only be The Blackening and Unto the Locust.
yeah, probably those three: the debut, the Blackening, and Locust. I think I should be
Maybe
fine
the
with
second album as well from '97, because I heard that
perhaps.
was pretty good too.
Perhaps.
Favorite band with no original members? Opeth.
Mm, that's true. I
Because
forgot.
technically, Michael didn't join. Michael wasn't an original Opeth member. He joined the year they formed at a request from the original frontman, David Isberg. So technically,
That is
Opeth is no original members.
that is true. Um, shit. I'm having a blank here.
Napalm Death would be another one.
Yeah, Napalm. That's another one because there's no original members, even though the classic lineups in Scum with the second album, second part of Scum.
Shane Embry joined after Scum.
Mm,
So he'd
yeah.
been a mainstay from the Scum tour to now, but
There
not
you
an
go.
original
Yeah,
member.
yeah.
Other bands with no original members?
That's that's
Asphyx.
funny.
Asphyx. No
Mm,
original
yeah.
members there anymore.
Trying to think of classic bands. Let's see. No, not them.
Mm,
No, not them.
yeah, that's really all the big ones I can think of is Opeth, Napalm Death, and Asphyx.
Yeah. I'm trying to think like other big bands, but let's see. Uh, no, it's pretty much that. Maybe there's one we're not thinking of. Trying to see
I
if
think
there's.
that's all. That's really all that I can think of right now.
Yeah.
Super Charter,
Yeah, because
Cat Fartsis.
yeah, because
Yes.
now this is a whole different kind of worms if there's only one original band member left from the beginning. Like AC/DC, Angus is the only one left. Judas Priest, Ian Hill's the only one left. Technically, from that first incarnation. What other bands have had one original member left?
uh, Judas Priest, there's only one original, and that's Ian Hill on bass.
Yeah, he's
He's
the
the
only
only
one
original
left.
member left. Yeah, it is nuts, especially, like 81 to 85 in particular. Napalm Death
I
had so
know.
many lineup
Oh,
shifts.
and speaking of Napalm, they just announced a tour with the Melvins.
That's an interesting lineup for a tour.
Yeah, it just sucks that's in Houston. I'm like, if it was like San Antonio, I would have gone to see Napalm again, and I would love to see Melvins. I mean, sludgy as hell. Like,
Buzz,
oh my god,
Dale.
it's crazy. Napalm and Melvins really, really fast and really downslope. Even though Melvins has some like really
Like
not
up
like
tempo
faster
songs, but
tracks.
they're more sludgy
Yeah,
and doomy. Whenever
yeah.
they get fast, it's more like punk fast.
Can you imagine that crowd hyped up for Napalm going all crazy, and then Melvins is like, mm, all mellow, kind of. What's up, man?
What's up,
Oh yeah, I
James from
remember. Yeah,
Malta?
yeah, I remember, man, dude. I honestly didn't recognize you until you came by me. I was like, holy shit, man, how you been? But yeah, actually, now that you brought up the Testament Creator Possessed show, I gotta mention this story because Levi has seen the photos, but maybe a lot of people haven't know this. But I actually just pull up the items here. I can find them. Where is it? Where is it? Shit, shit. Here we go. So after the show, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take my chance and see if I can meet any of the band members from the bands. Luckily enough, one of the local promoters here in town is good friends with Jeff Becerra. And I was waiting outside, and then he told me, dude, Jeff's bus is in the other side. So I go there to his bus waiting outside. Of course, Jeff's inside the bus. During the meantime, the rest of the band members are like talking with the fans. I chit chatted with them, how's
Did
tour
you
been
chit
and all
chat
that.
with Daniel Gonzalez, guitarist?
Yeah, I chatted with all of them just for like briefly. And so that was for like a good hour, but I wanted to be Jeff. Like I wanted to be Jeff. And then some people were going back and forth, like fans. People they were letting fans going in and out of the bus, and I was like, okay, I made it this far. I can wait. Okay, I can wait. An hour later, it was my turn. Now, this is the first time I've ever been in a bus, a tour bus.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm going in the bus into the at the very back, there's Jeff just hanging out, drinking a beer, eating something, listening to jams. And I'm like, Mr. Becerra, it's nice to meet you. The first thing he told me, don't call me Mr. Becerra. That's my dad. I'm like, okay, sorry, Jeff. I mean, I didn't want to call him Jeff because I don't know the
Right
guy.
out of the rip, yeah.
I want to be as respectful as I want, as I can. So, and then some people start coming in, and there were some conversations which I won't tell because I want to. Those are kind of private. But one of the people that came up to that was with me in the little group was actually the lead singer from Labyrinth. I didn't know. I was like, "What the fuck? You're from Labyrinth?" Yeah. I'm like, "Holy shit, man!" I didn't know it was him. And then, well, we chit chatted for like a good hour, and I wanted to stay longer, but man, it was like close to 2 in the morning. And I told him for one last thing if he would be nice enough to sign my Seven Churches CD, which he personally did. He added the 666 on it, which that's fucking cool.
Of course.
And he signed my the Revelations of
Revelations of
Oblivion album.
Oblivion.
Now I just need Beyond the Gates
And
and
Eyes of Horror.
Eyes of Horror to get to the collection, hopefully get them signed. And he actually briefly put some songs, new songs for the upcoming album.
Hmm.
And they sound good. They
Well, we're
sound
due for a
amazing.
new album, so 2025, perhaps.
Yeah, they sound amazing. And what they're trying to do is they want to get the same producer that produced Seven Churches.
Randy Burns.
Yeah,
That will be interesting.
that's what they're trying to do, man. But again, there's a lot of things in motion that they're planning, and they're planning a tour next year.
Hopefully,
I don't
come
know.
back to Columbus or Cincinnati, and I'd go.
I don't know if I should say who they might tour with. I don't know if I
You
should
can go
say
ahead
it
and
or
say it. You can say it. I doubt Jeff's watching.
well, what they were telling me is that there is a plan that they want, being that it's the 40th anniversary of Seven Churches next year. They want to do a tour with Exodus, Bonded by Blood, 40th anniversary of the album.
Alrighty.
So, but again, it's not set in stone. They're still kind of in the talks, but but Possess really want to go on tour next year, and I hope that they come to San Antonio again, and I can meet Jeff again, and I can hopefully get those albums that I'm missing from Possess and have them all signed.
Well, the interesting thing, if you get a copy of Beyond the Gates
In the
now,
gates.
for like the Century Media version,
Hmm.
it comes with Eyes of Horror, so you can get
Yeah,
two in one.
yeah, that's what I've been looking at. I already found a copy. I'm just saving it in my to get list. But I mean, I don't have to worry. I mean, it's was those albums where I'm like, yeah, I can easily get them. It's not like other albums that I've tried so hard to get lately. But you know, and then I was able to get some guitar picks from Success and Testament. Didn't get into from Creator, even though I did get the shirt, the tour shirt from Creator. But yeah, I mean, one of the best shows. And again, I never thought I was gonna meet one of the godfathers of extreme metal in Jeff. I mean, come on, man.
Hmm.
Especially since he just had surgery a week ago. I was like, man, hopefully he kicks through, and thankfully he's kicking through.
Yeah, the blood clots. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so let's catch up on some comments here. Let me go back to the last word. So Jason's here. Hey, what's up? Just another heavy metal maniac.
What's up,
Yeah,
man?
the guy that came close in Master or in Metal Archivist. Don't worry,
Yep.
he'll be back in January. Super Strike. Heard of the band Red? I've heard of them. They were okay. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not really my style, but they're
What,
okay.
like late 90s, early 2000s?
The post grunge band.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I know there's only one Red I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Yeah, just not really a Christian rock. I mean, nothing against
Eh,
it, but
nothing against them.
it's very, very. I'm very picky about like Christian bands, like Trouble, Mortification, because
Striper.
they're. Eh.
Kind of.
Trouble, in my opinion, is the best quote unquote Christian metal band of all time, and I use that loosely because let's be real, they're a godfather of doom.
Yeah.
They just happen to have some imagery of that, especially with how they look like hippies. Even though they didn't play hippie music, they played Black Sabbath worship. Let's see. Internal Bleeding or Broken Hope? Broken Hope easily.
Broken Hope.
Besides, and Internal Bleeding, like I'm only familiar with their first album. First Slam, it's awesome, but I'm not the biggest fan of Slam.
Yeah.
I'm very, very picky about that side of music.
And we are due for a new Broken Hope album.
I mean, we just got Earthburner last week, Jeremy's other project, and it was really good grind.
Yeah. Jeremy, if you're watching, give us a tour, please.
What do you guys think is the best debut album this year? I've been blown away by so many great debuts from Noxus, Vile Rights, Living Gate, Dissimulator, Tim Voss, Trog, list keeps going. I would honestly, I'm going to go ahead and say I think my favorite debut this year, Neon Nightmare.
Need to listen to that one.
You need to. It's excuse me. Because it's a project from Nate Garrett of Spirit Adrift, and it's typo negative worship. I mean, the logo, the way it's layered, it's typo negative. Well, not only typo worship, but also like some Black Sabbath, some early 90s Trouble. And Nate Garrett does a good job at doing like the high and low Pete Steele and Kenny Hickey vocals.
Even the album cover. Good. So I might have to listen to that probably tomorrow.
Yeah. It's on $20 spin. So
yeah.
And I plan on going ham on their holiday sale that's going on for the rest of the month, because there's quite a few stuff from that label I want to get.
I think I'm gonna wait till after Christmas. I gotta start buying everything for Christmas. Even though right now I am currently at 495 CDs. Hopefully by next year, or maybe by the end of the year, if what I get for Christmas, because we do the whole Christmas thing, I'll reach 500 CDs. So I'll just wait till we start buying everything for Christmas, and gotta start thinking for the album of the year list, which those are always fun.
Oh, Jason. Oh, you. Neither. Moving on.
I am still shocked that
I completely forgot. James, good call. That's my favorite debut, Eternal. I forgot about Eternal. That is some awesome Arizona death thrash. Like, they're basically American Vader, is what it is. It's so much like Vader. It's awesome. I forgot about that. Good call.
I'm still shocked. Speaking of the Go-Go Dolls, I am still shocked to this day that Metal Blade Records, of all the labels, metal labels, Go-Go Dolls. Go-Go Dolls. In Metal Blade. You're talking about...
I mean, mid-'80s when they were more of a hardcore band with maybe a little thrash moment here and there, but that was it. And then a boy named Goo.
You're talking about Metal Blade, the label that gave us Cannibal Corpse, Fate's Warning, Slayer's couple of debut albums, and then Go-Go Dolls? What the
Well,
fuck?
remember Metal Blade, they had DRI when they were just starting out, when they were more of a punk band. Like they were the first punk band on a metal label, and then obviously DRI became metal. But yeah, Goo Goo Dolls, they were more of a hardcore band early on, and there
I
you go.
know, but when I think of Go-Go Dolls, I think of
Goo Goo
Iris.
Dolls,
I
man.
think of I think of Iris,
And a boy
because
named Goo.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, don't
unfortunately.
get me wrong, catchy songs. Would I get the album? I don't know.
No,
Maybe.
I wouldn't. Uh,
Yeah, and by the way, buddy, your shelf right there is kind of looking more full. You gotta have to make more room.
I'm gonna have to build more underneath. I gotta put like another shelf
Yeah.
underneath there, and then once that's full, build one right there where the old shelf used to be.
I've been thinking the day that I move out of my parents' house, this shelf is gonna be fully on just like my DVDs, and I'm planning to get one of those shelves that's like you can build it, put it here, because I'm thinking of doing that. Because I still want to keep this shelf, put like my
Hmm.
DVDs and all that. Because don't get
Yeah.
me wrong, I mean this thing still holds up a lot. I still have a lot of room, like a lot of room.
Yep.
But eventually this is gonna get full, and that's why I'm planning ahead the day that I move out. I already have the shelf saved in my Amazon wish list, so when that day ever comes, I'll be ready.
Uh, here we go. Most disappointing album of the year for Boss, the new Accept. I would agree. However,
Yeah.
And I know Ricky will hate me for this, but Swallow the Sun. It's
I mean,
decent. It's decent. The only thing I dislike about it, really,
the
I hate the
production.
production. Way too polished, especially the drums.
I know. I know that's the big concern
The
with the
songs are
production.
good. Like I've been listening to What I Have Become over and over, and that's my favorite song on the album. I love that
Mhm.
song. But that damn like pop
Auto tune,
snare.
the auto tune at times. I mean, don't
I
get me
don't think it
wrong.
was auto tune. I think it was chorus effects that they
Yeah,
used.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I still bought the album, and I fucking love it to death. So hint hint on my album of the year list where this could be. But in terms of ranking the Swallow the Sun albums
It
again,
would have to be
if I
last. It'd
it
have
will
to
have
be
to be
last.
it will have to be last. I still love it because I really love Swallow the Sun. I still love the album. But compared to When a Shadow, Moonflower, Songs for the North, it's at the very bottom. Not saying it's
Mhm.
shit. It's still fucking amazing.
Yeah,
It's still
yeah, like I think it's still a decent, good album, but it's just if the production was like how it was on Moonflowers, if it was just Jens Bogren, I would have liked it even more. And I think that's really the big thing a lot of people have against it. It's just way too poppy sounding.
I
Then
mean,
again, the
hopefully
producer they had was the same guy who produces Bring Me the Horizon.
I
And
mean
he doesn't
hopefully
quite get the production of like Doom or anything like that.
hopefully the next album they do in a couple of years, maybe they'll be like, okay, we had this sort of experiment. We need to go back to being more dark, more depressed.
Well, I
Which
don't
I'll
know if
still
we're gonna get like depressing anymore because I've been watching interviews with Yuha, and
Mhm.
he's been saying like, he doesn't want to, like you told me, he doesn't want to do another Moonflowers because he thinks it would kill
Yeah.
him. But
Yeah.
maybe do like dark themes about like horror or something like that as like a good alternative. But
Hmm.
approach to production like how they'd been on the last few albums by with sticking with Jens Bogren or even going to someone like Andy Sneap, Frederick Nordstrom, Peter Tattergren probably could tackle
Dan
Swallow the Sun,
Swano.
Dan Swano. Just don't go to Dan Lancaster again because he doesn't know how to produce Doom.
I mean, I bought tickets to Swallow Sun. I even bought the meet and greet. I'm finally gonna meet my second favorite band of all time. Now I'm questioning what I'm gonna get signed. I know one thing. I wanted to sign my battle vest because the big ass patches went a shadow. I might
Hmm.
take. one, if not all of my albums to get signed. But if I were to like can take like maybe two, probably with a shadow, Moonflowers and Shining, like the guess the three modern albums. Because
Mhm.
songs from the North, because songs from the North, don't get me wrong, I would love to get it signed, but two of the original band members are no longer in the band, so it's just Juha, Miko, and shit, I'm forgetting the bassist.
Hold on,
Uh,
let me look it up.
yeah, because
Maddie.
they're Maddie, yeah, because they're the only original band members.
Yeah. Anyways, to catch back up on more
Mhm.
comments. Biggest disappointment for me was the new mall. I listened to the new mall. I thought it was good, but it wasn't quite what I was hoping it would have been. I thought it was a little too hardcore driven for a death metal album. Crisian or Vital Remains? That's tough. I'd
Hmm.
probably go Crisian because at least they're still active, whereas Vital Remains hasn't had an album in 17
Maybe.
years.
Oh
And they
God.
keep having lineup shifts, like they keep getting different vocalists and stuff. It's almost a meme. So just by consistency, I'm going Crisian, even though I do love Vital Remains when I'm in the mood, like that first album, Dawn of the
Hmm.
Apocalypse, Dechristianized with Glenn Benton on vocals,
Oh yeah.
which I need to get. I need to get all of the Vital Remains. Maybe not Icons of Evil. I hear that one's like the easy, weak one, and it's not great.
I love Icons of Evil. I love that album. I have it.
Wasn't like super disappointed, but the new Dark Throne was like you needed patience for it. I think that was one of the best albums this year, and don't be shocked to see that in my top 5 for my year-end list because holy shit, Dark Throne just continues to be blackened classic heavy metal, speed metal, doom metal, and I love it. Honestly, this might be a hot take. I think their last, let's see, they're like at least 6 of the last 7 albums. I think are way better than Transylvanian Hunger. Come at me.
Ouch.
I'm serious. I'm not the biggest fan of Transylvanian Hunger, just for the mere fact it's basically the same song over and over and over again. It's just tremolos and blasts. It's like, where's the groove? Where's the doom? Where's the thrash? That
Blame
Panzerfaust's
Varg.
had.
Blame Varg for writing the majority of the songs. And in Norwegian, don't get me wrong, nothing against their native Norwegian tongue, but it doesn't work. Unlike, Praise the Northern Sky, Under Funeral Moon. I mean, they were singing
There was
English.
at least diversity in the songwriting. Like it wasn't just about tremolos and blasts. Like you had doom, you had groove, you know. Whereas with Transylvanian Hunger, it was just all about blasts and tremolos every song. And then you get the Panzerfaust, and it's like you get those songs, but you still get some groove and some doom and thrashy
Mhm.
moments. It's like this is what I want in my black metal: is riffs, not just for what feels like 15 minutes in a row. But I digress. Let's see. Let's see. Swallow the Sun album is fine. I can definitely tell it's not the one I'm supposed to start with, especially with the Burials era Catatonia comparisons.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
like
thing.
that was the
Yeah.
other thing. Like it sounded very eerily similar to like modern Catatonia, which I
Don't get
don't
me wrong.
mind. It's just
I don't
again
mind
the
either.
production kind of killed it.
I just felt that this album, Shining, like they skipped an album, because I think after Moonflowers, if they could have released another
A
album in
transitional album,
a
delete
transitional album
to
to
Shining.
Shining, it would have been better received. But again, I'll stand to this day until they fucking die. I love Swallow the Sun. I love
Me
all of
too.
their albums.
Me too. Satan album was a little too for me too. Yeah, that would be honestly that might be even well. I
Oh
shouldn't say even
god.
more disappointing than Accept because with Accept, I still say Accept was the most disappointing album to me because from Blood of the Nations to Too Mean to Die, that was a hell of a run, and then you get to Humanoid, and it's like there's some good songs in there, but it just kind of felt stock. Hopefully, on the next album, get back on track.
Yeah.
Wasn't a big fan of
But
Tribulation. Tribulation I thought was good, but
oh
quite
god.
not quite as good
I
as the last one.
oh god, I love the new Tribulation album. It's so good. But in terms of classic metal, Judas Priest and Saxon, those two albums, they've been fucking
Rule.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't be shocked to see those on my year-end list. I still need to go
Oh
back and
yeah.
listen to them again, see if they still hold up.
I mean,
I
and then
got a
again,
lot of listening to do soon, not only for my year-end
I
list, but also the Immortal ranking, which I haven't
oh
started
god,
on that yet.
that's gonna be tough. The Immortal one.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Mike? Empire Strikes Back or Halloween 2? I really don't have a
Mm,
dog in this fight. I guess if I were to
mm,
choose, I've seen more Halloween than I've seen Star Wars, so I'll go Halloween 2.
okay. Okay. Empire Strikes Back. That's where we get the big revelation that, of course, Darth Vader is Luke's father. Of course, Anakin Skywalker. Halloween 2 again. Uh, if I were to choose, probably Empire Strikes Back. If this was like the original Halloween, no question. Or if this was like maybe Halloween 4, it would I would give it an notch to Halloween, but I go with Empire Strikes Back. I think Scott would go for Empire Strikes Back because he's
I
the
would say
Star
so
Wars
too,
guy.
because he's the big Star Wars nerd.
Hmm.
Let's see. What would you say to those that say that's a stupid, dumb, bitch ass Taylor Duster Swift over Mel music? I would say go to an insane asylum. That's all I would say. Let's see. Real question: what do you think about Halloween 3? I've never watched it, so I can't make
Okay,
a comment
so
on it.
Halloween 3, one of the most underrated Halloween movies in the franchise. Yeah, I do see the point. I do see the argument, but Michael Myers not in the movie because intentionally it wasn't. The original thing for Halloween was the franchise was supposed to be an anthology. Halloween 1 and 2 was going to be one story. Halloween 3 one story, and 4 and 5 and so on, different anthology stories happening on the day of Halloween. But when Halloween 3 bombed back in the 80s, they were like, yeah, let's go back to see Mike, bring back Michael. That's why Halloween 4 is the return of Michael Myers. But Halloween 3, as of late, has been getting a cult following, and I love it. I love the movie. I think I ranked Halloween 3 in my top 5 Halloween films. Man, it's been a while since I did that ranking, but I mean,
Yeah,
rewatch it. Rewatch it. If you want something that's on Michael Myers on Halloween, watch that. Watch Trick or Treat. That's another 2000s movie which is really good. There's a lot of great Halloween movies that happen in Halloween that don't have to be Halloween. You know, Michael Myers, but
that don't have to be slashers. They can be just creepy.
yeah, pretty much.
Indiana Jones or Pirates of the Caribbean? I easily go Pirates of the Caribbean. I never got into
Mm,
Indiana Jones, and also I just love Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow, Jeffrey Rush as Barbossa, Orlando Bloom as Will Turner, and of course the hot Keira Knightley as Elizabeth Swann,
oh,
and then also other great villains like Davy Jones and Cutler Beck, or as Barbossa says in the
oh,
outtakes, that Beckett Cutler, sometimes known Cutler Beckett.
I wish they would have made like I know David
They
Jones.
honestly though they should have stopped
Two.
after the third one. I mean, the fourth one, Stranger
Yeah,
Tides, was okay. I haven't seen the fifth one, and I know they're probably getting ready to make another one.
remake.
But
They're thinking of remaking the franchise,
don't do it. Just if you're
and I
going to
think
stay with Pirates of the Caribbean, if you're going to keep making movies, at least continue with what you have, not remake
I,
it.
I, I mean they could, especially with now with Johnny Depp
Cleared
being
of all that
cleared.
Amber Heard
Yeah,
crap.
yep. So I mean, you never know. You never know.
Possibilities. There's possibilities.
Yeah.
Did a ranking of Celtic Frost. Holy fuck, monotheist guitar tone achieved. You bet your ass. And speaking of
Mhm.
which, when are we going to get new Triptychon? It's been over 10 years and you got Hannes Grossman as the drummer. Hopefully 2025 will finally get new Triptychon.
Damn.
It's 4:30 here in Denmark. Should probably go get some sleep. Hey, see you, Jonathan. Thank you for just staying up at least for a little bit for this. Should like the latest Catatonia is what finally made me get it with them. I mean, with Catatonia for me, I got into them courtesy of their early stuff, like Dance of December Souls and Brave Murder Day. I have a lot of their albums, but I've not listened to them all yet because I want to
Hmm.
eventually do a Catatonia ranking, and that's going to
Hmm.
be hard because most of their albums are awesome from what I know. And especially
Yeah.
that last one from last year was so good.
Yeah. Catatonia is the perfect. It's my perfect what if Anathema would have gone that route. To
Mm-hmm.
me, that's what Anathema should have gone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, speaking of Anathema, the new My Giant Bride was really good, so it might be in my end of the year list. Maybe we get a new Paradise Lost next year.
Maybe. And hell, while they're at it, another Bloodbath would be really good too.
It'd be interesting. I mean, if
I mean, the last one was my album of the year of 2022, so
Mhm.
you never know. Everyone's favorite Marvel film? Oh God, that's hard because there's been a
Oh
lot
God,
of great ones. Okay,
besides the
so
MCU canon or non-MCU
I would
canon?
say let's separate them. Let's do like favorite
Okay.
MCU, favorite Sony, favorite Fox.
Okay.
For favorite Fox film, it's a toss up honestly between three movies: Deadpool, Logan, and X-Men: Days of Future Past. But X2
Oh
is
man.
up there as well
For me, because even
for
though I don't know the
Fox.
right, I know that they were Fox, but Ghost Rider.
That was
Yeah,
Ghost Rider.
I
I
think it
think
was.
that was no, that
It was
wasn't
Fox.
Fox. No, it was something else. I'm trying to remember. Let me look it up. Ghost
What was Ghost
Rider.
Rider? Yeah.
Ghost
Was it
Rider
Universal?
movie. No, it was actually Sony.
Oh shit.
It was
Huh.
Sony.
What about Daredevil? The original
The
Daredevil.
first
Was that
Daredevil,
Fox?
that was Fox. That was Fox.
Okay, that's one of my personal favorites. The soundtrack on that movie, top
The
top
soundtrack
tier.
was great. The movie, not as much.
Um, the first X-Men, that's up there,
Mhm.
and probably Logan.
I would argue Logan out of the Fox era, the best.
Hmm.
Neck and neck with the first Deadpool, I would say.
Hmm.
And then
Now
for
Sony,
Sony, Spider Man 2.
Spider-Man 2. Yeah,
Yeah.
the best, one of the best Spider-Man films ever.
Now, MCU, and this is where it gets
Oh
even
God.
more difficult because,
Oh
oh
God.
God, if I had to choose my favorite, it would probably still go to the first Avengers movie. I thought that was perfect the way it was done.
Mm,
So I'd probably still go
man,
with the very first Avengers movie.
probably Endgame because I saw that on premiere night when they came out,
I
and I
did
remember
too. That's top five for me. Same with
I
Infinity War.
I still remember when the crowd, Avengers
Assemble.
assemble, that
Hmm.
that moment. But now with you know Doomsday and Secret Wars. Oh my god.
The possibilities are endless with those two movies.
Yeah,
It's it's gonna be crazy.
yeah. I'm trying to remember what other Marvel movies came out. I mean, I know Hulk is Universal. Well, was Universal.
Yeah,
I
the
think.
two different ones. Eric Bana was just Universal, and then Incredible Hulk, that's MCU.
Yeah. Well, the original one, the original Hulk, though.
The Eric Bana one, that was
Yeah.
Universal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, just for the hell of it, I'll pull up the MCU list and I'll tell you my ranking of all the albums, or not albums, movies.
Oh, just
I got
movies or
albums
TV
stuck in my
shows?
head. Just the movies. I'm not going to do the TV shows.
Okay.
So far
Oh,
from Iron Man 1 to Deadpool and Wolverine. So least
yeah.
favorite to me will probably either be I'm just going to say I'm going to give least favorite to the Eternals. Then I'll go Captain Marvel because that movie has not aged well and Ricky knows why. Um,
Yeah.
then I would go Iron Man 3, then Incredible Hulk, then Iron Man 2, then I would go Thor Love and Thunder. Then I would say after that would probably be, and I'm just going to include, Wakanda Forever low on the list. And actually, you know what? Bump everyone up except for, uh, or bump all the movies up. The Marvels is last. The Marvels, then Eternals, then Captain Marvel, and then back up. So then after Love and Thunder, it'd be Wakanda Forever, then Ant-Man the Wasp, Quantum Mania. And then really the rest of the movies are actually either decent to amazing. So I guess next I would go Black Widow. Then I would go Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. And then the
Rings.
rest of these movies I legit love. So this is where it gets hard. So I'd probably go next. I would go. Um, let's see. Next, I would probably say Ant Man and the Wasp, even though it's still great. Then I would go Avengers: Age of Ultron. Then
Oh
Captain
god.
America: The First Avenger. Actually, no, I forgot. Thor: The Dark World and the first Thor movie would be below Ant Man and the Wasp. So above
Yeah.
Shang Chi, but below Ant Man and the Wasp would be Thor: Dark World, and then the first Thor. Then it goes Ant Man and the Wasp, then Age of Ultron, then First Avenger. Then I would probably say Ant Man, the first Ant Man. Oh, and I forgot Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. That would be around the same area as Wakanda Forever and Love and Thunder
Mm-hmm.
because I thought it was a little disappointing. So I forgot about that one. Then after, what was the last one I said?
Ant-Man
So
Wasp.
no, the first Ant Man movie. There we go. So Ant
Oh
Man
no,
1.
First Avenger. First Avenger. You said
Yeah,
First
first
Avenger.
Avenger, then Ant Man.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would probably go. And again, this is where it gets hard because then the rest of these movies you could kind of interchange certain spots.
Mm-hmm.
Probably go Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Then I would say Doctor Strange. Then I would say Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Then I would go Iron Man. Then Guardians of the Galaxy. Then I would go Spider Man Homecoming, Spider Man Far From Home. Then I would go.
Civil War.
Hold on, I'll get to that. Then I would probably say Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would go Deadpool and Wolverine. Then I would go Spider Man No Way Home. Then I would go Captain America
Ragnarok.
Winter Soldier. Then Thor Ragnarok. Then Civil War. Endgame, Infinity War, First Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll spare you, everybody else about that. But yeah, that would be my ranking of the MCU currently. Now, when we get to these next few movies coming up, like Captain America: Brave New World, Thunderbolts, and Fantastic Four: The First Steps,
Oof.
yeah, we'll see. And then, of course, you got Doomsday, Secret Wars, the next Spider-Man movie, Doctor Strange 3, possibly Scarlet Witch, Blade if they ever get a director.
I think with Blade, they're gonna do the Midnight Suns. They're gonna call it the Midnight Suns.
Yeah, so that way you have Moon Knight, Black Knight, Werewolf by Night, Doctor Strange,
Mm-hmm.
and a few
Wong,
other. Yeah, some of the more supernatural characters.
yeah, maybe
And they
Ghost
can make
Rider.
it, and they can make it maybe Ghost Rider, and they can make it R rated considering how successful Deadpool and Wolverine was. You could
Yeah,
easily make that R rated, and it'd be perfect.
yeah. I think that's what Blade was waiting to see how Deadpool does, because I think now the Deadpool, if they were R-rated, they could go full on Blade. You know.
Let's see. Greatest musician of all time. That is hard. That is a broad
Hard.
question.
Because you just not talking in metal, you're talking in music in general.
So you'd have to include like the classical artists in that conversation, which there's a
Yeah,
vast number. But I would say, okay, if we're gonna say best classical musician, you could p- take your pick of Mozart, Bach, Paganini,
Beethoven, Beethoven.
Tchaikovsky, Beethoven. Like you could go any of that. Now, as far as like when rock came into play in the 50s to
The
now,
Beatles.
I would
Mm,
say the greatest musician of all time to me, when it came down to like being able to play any style, I would probably say, you know what, just because it's biased, but I'm going to say Dan Swano because the guy can do it all. If we're talking about proper musician, someone that can write songs, play any instrument to the best of their ability, it's Dan Swano or Dave Grohl. It'd be between those two because they're basically the same. Like they can
yeah.
sing, they can play guitar, they can play bass, they can play drums. I think Dan still gets the edge because at least he can play keyboards and produce and mix. So I think I give the edge to Swano. Let's see what else we got. I was stoked when I heard Campbell Corpse was in Exhorter. I think there was some Exhorter chat going
Mm.
on in there. Uh, asshole Rose for Vince Neil. I'll just go Axel because I think he's a better singer, and that's it.
Take me down to Paradise City with the grass is green, the girls have big titties.
Pull Me Under or Schism. So battle
Pull
between
me
two of the most
under.
popular prog metal songs. I have to go Pull Me Under. I love
Pull
Schism
me
too.
under.
Pull Me Under.
Don't get me wrong. Schism's awesome, but this was like maybe um shit, I'm forgetting the name of the song. Lateralis. Oh god.
The title track off of that album. If it would have been Lateralis versus Pull Me Under, I would have been like even more ouch.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean that's a tough one, but I still go Pull Me Under because one of my favorite solos of all time is on that song. Because John Petrucci is the man. And I can't wait for the new Dream Theater. I think it's February when it comes out.
Yeah.
And with Portnoy
And
back.
I speaking of Dream Theater, I hate the fact that Dream Theater is coming to San Antonio the same day that Blue Oyster Cult is coming. So and it's in February. So I have no idea who I want to go see. In one hand, Blue Oyster Cult's getting up in age. Dream
Yeah.
Theater still has a good 10 years. So if I choose Blue Oyster, I can see Dream Theater another day. But if I go see Dream Theater, what if Blue Oyster Cult calls it a career? So I'm
Right.
like kind of torn. So that's a maybe I'm thinking of in February.
Oof. I forgot about Frank Zappa. He'd be up there too.
Oh, the Lord of Weirdness.
Least favorite thrash vocalist?
Mm,
I know this is gonna tug at Ace's heartstrings because he's got the album cover. I'm not the world's biggest fan of Sean Killian's vocals in Violence. I don't know what kind of delivery he's going for. Where he's like, it works, but it's not my favorite vocal style for thrash. So I hate to tug at your heartstrings, but I'm not the world's biggest fan of Sean Killian's vocals.
mm, yeah. I don't know.
So
I don't know about that one. I don't know.
that'd be the
Oh,
only one I can think of, at least right off the bat, that I'm not a huge fan of. Because I mean, look at the other vocalists: Zetro, Hetfield, Tom. Yeah, Dave Mustaine's not that great, but I prefer his vocals over Sean. Chuck Billy, Bobby Blitz, Jeff, Mark from Death Angel.
hmm
There's a lot of
and
them.
just and that's just
Milla,
American.
Tom Angel Ripper,
Yeah.
Schmear, hell, even Johan from The Crown is
hmm
awesome.
Oh, speaking of Sodom, new Sodom next year.
New album?
I think so. I think they should release something next
It's
year.
been 4 years since Genesis 19. I mean, I know they did a couple years ago their like re-recorded like 40 years celebration, and then just this past weekend they did the remaster reissue of Tapping the Vein, which I'm thinking about getting, but I've listened to like the 2024 remixes. Not the biggest fan of it. I prefer the original mix because it was already huge sounding because of the
hmm
studio they worked at. It was like the biggest studio in Germany. So
hmm
Bloodline or NWO?
NWO in terms of
Yeah, in
in
terms
terms
of
of
impact,
influence. Yeah.
yeah. Even though in terms of consistent booking, Bloodline buries the shit out of
Mhm.
the NWO, but
Yeah.
for the influence, it's NWO.
Yeah.
Yeah, new Destruction coming out early next year, which that's going to be cool. I still need to listen to that new song Destruction that came out. Van Halen 2 or Ace of Spades? Ace of
Ace
Spades.
of
I love
Spades.
Van Halen 2, but it doesn't hold up compared to Van Halen 1.
hmm
Nah, no worries. I personally think there are other vocalists way better than Sean. At least you took it good. Let's see. So far, pretty much that's all the comments we've gotten thus far. So I guess that leads to a perfect time to talk about my vacation, since we've gone almost an hour and I haven't even brought that up. So yeah, we left here 2 weeks ago on Wednesday. We went and stayed in Lynchburg, Tennessee for a couple nights, the home of Jack Daniels. I didn't taste any because I'm not drinking that shit. But that was where we stayed at the first 2 nights. Second 2 nights, we actually stayed over at a town called Eclectic, Alabama, and it's like right there with a big freaking lake that looks like an alien monster when you look at it on a map. But before we went to stay at the house we got in Eclectic, I got some pictures to show off, so I'm going to share screen. And what I did was I went and visited Talladega Super Speedway slash the
Mhm.
International Racing Hall of Fame, Motorsports Hall of Fame Museum. So I'm standing in the gift shop with a Darrell Waltrip dirt car, Davey Allison's car, I think 1992. Davey Allison from the late 80s, Bill Elliott, My mom and my dad with Harry Gant. Me with Harry Gant. Me, Daryl Waltrip, Joe Nemechek, Mark Martin. Inside of a Richard Petty car. That seat was so freaking low. It felt like you were stepping down to get in
How
there.
low can you go?
Me flipping off a Kyle Busch rookie season car. I still hate him. David Gilliland, Richard Petty, Jeffrey Earnhardt truck, the actual Wonder Bread Ricky Bobby car from the movie with a Will Ferrell cutout.
They get it done.
Alan Kowicki, Bobby Allison. This is actually a really cool one. So this was an Alan Kowicki shirt from his Xerox car he ran at the beginning of the 90s, into the 80s, into 1990. It was bought at a local thrift shop for $3, and it was by a local fan, donated to the museum, signed by Davey Allison, Alan Kowicki, Phil Parsons, and Harry Gant. So 3 of those 4 have passed away. The only one that's still alive is Harry Gant.
Damn.
There's a Dale Earnhardt Sr. car. This is a badass one. The Dodge Charger Daytona with the big wing. Dale Jr., another Darrell Waltrip, Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, Michael Waltrip, a Mike Bliss truck, a wall of ARCA Series champions. No, you're not going to be able to see some video. But there's the track. Start finish line, the front stretch.
How big is the track?
2.66 miles, the biggest oval track in the country. It's big. It is freaking massive. Like, look at turn. That's a turn. Look how steep that banking is.
Make a left.
36 degrees. 36 degrees of banking, and they say you have to go at least 30 miles an hour to get onto the track, because if you go slower than that, you're going to tip the car over.
Damn.
Because that's how freaking steep it is. The Alabama Gang Super Stretch, front stretch grandstands, which is insane. Me and Victory Lane, which still smelled like beer and champagne from the last race they were at a few weeks prior. The Cougar car from Talladega Nights. This picture of Clint Boyer, Corey LaJoy, Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney. And by the way, Ryan Blaney, big metalhead, and he can death growl pretty damn well. I've seen videos of him doing cover songs where he's growling. It's like he should be a death metal singer. Plus, native of Buckeye from Ohio, so pride there. Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell, Pit Road with fresh tire rubber. Oh yeah, now we're in the Alabama Gang wing of the museum. There's 3 of the legends: Davey Allison, Red Farmer, and recently passed away Bobby Allison. Passed away the day after we were at the track, unfortunately. Then there's like checkered flags, trophies from some of Bobby's wins. Some Red Farmer stuff. Neil Bonnet, another legendary member of the Alabama Gang and close friend to Dale Earnhardt. Another Davy car. His younger brother, Clifford Allison, who died in 92 in a crash at Michigan. Donnie Allison, Bobby's brother. Some more Bobby Allison, a Red Farmer car. This was my favorite of the Bobby Allison ones, his 1988 Daytona 500 car with the old Buick Regal, because it looks so glorious. Now these next 4, I think it's the next 4, some of the crash cars that were at the museum. Neil Bonnet from 1993 when he flipped and went into the catch fence.
Ooh.
Ricky Craven, 1996 at Talladega, where he flipped into the catch fence in turn 1. This one's legendary. Mike Harmon, Bristol 2003, where he was on a practice, I think it was practice or qualifying lap, and he hit a gate in the wall, sawed the car in half. Like you can see, it looks like it's split apart. And he was exposed. And another car came in and hit him in the right rear. So had the car went back another 3 feet, he would have been killed. But he climbed out.
How's that even? How fast was he going?
I mean, Bristol's a fast short track. He had to have been going about 120 at the time. But then the
120 hitting
legendary, but the most legendary crash car, Michael Waltrip from Bristol, 1990. It's disintegrated and looks completely mangled. And he somehow survived. Basically the same thing that happened with Mike Harmon. It was Bristol. He hit the end of a gate wall because the gate wasn't secured properly. He hit the edge of the wall. And yeah, the car looked like it was upside down, even though it wasn't. Completely disintegrated, yet he survived because his seat saved his life.
Damn.
Like a halfway cut out of an old school Winston Cup car from back in the day, and a Red Farmer late model. And that was all the pics I took from the Talladega Museum and the track.
More of the story.
That was honestly the highlight.
Kills. Speed kills.
But and then so we went to the lake house in Eclectic. Now the house we stayed in Lynchburg was nice, but the wife of the owner was rude to my mom for whatever reason. But the house itself was nice. Then we went to the lake house in Eclectic, which it was an okay house. We had a nice view of the lake. Just walk out on the porch and sit out and watch. But the house itself wasn't that good. And also, like, their air conditioning, it got muggy as fuck in my bedroom. So I was sweating when I was sleeping. Then we stayed there through Saturday, left Sunday morning to go down to the beach house in Fort Morgan on the Gulf Coast of Alabama. So we were about a little over an hour west of Pensacola, Florida, which we eventually went over there, and that's where I got some CDs, which I'll be showing in my next collection update. But the beach house that we stayed in, it was sandwiched between like two big like multi-floor houses. So it looks small in comparison from the outside, but inside, big. Like in each corner of the house was a bedroom. And then the middle room was like the kitchen and the living room. But the best part, you walk out of the house, take the stairs, go left and straight. The ocean was literally like 50 feet away. So we was able to have easy access to the beach. Now, the first 4 days, weather-wise, was crap down there because it was just rainy and gloomy out. So it wasn't that fun. And then Wednesday was the worst day of the weather because there was a possible tornado at night. Damn. But also what sucked about that day, my mom's heart condition flared up again, and we had to take her to urgent care. They actually had to stop her heart and restart it. And this is apparently the third time she's had this happen in like 10 years. But thankfully she was okay after that. And then the rest of the trip, she was doing a bunch of stuff. And then the rest of the trip, beautiful sunshine out. So it was much better. And then Friday, we went over to Pensacola to the record shop. Found some damn good stuff. So again, collection update coming up. Food-wise was good, but we're thinking about the next time we go back down there, just cook. Except for a couple nights. But
so
and then I came and then we left this couple nights ago. We left at 5 in the morning Central, 6 o'clock Eastern. Got back home here about 6:45 Eastern, so it was about 12, 13 hours. But we were hauling ass, like going 80, 90 miles an hour on the interstate. Like we were not messing around.
Damn.
But it is what it is.
Yep. So you were in Tribal Chief country.
Yep, I was. I wasn't in like downtown. I was like just on the outside.
I know.
But yeah.
Hey, if you would have gone to Miami, you could have visited Raphael. You'd have been like, hey, I'm over here.
Oh, Miami's way further out.
I know. It's way down, way down.
Way down. Wei Chang. Wei Chang. Damn you, Trevor Phillips, GTA 5. But yeah, that was the trip. And we have a random Nick sighting.
Currently rendering a long video.
Oh, cute. Yeah, I was just talking about the vacation I was on and everything. I was actually just showing off some pictures of when I went and visited Talladega Super Speedway. Still can't believe how big that fucking track is.
Was the spirit of Ricky Bobby with you?
Hang on a second. Let me, wait a moment. Let me share screen.
Like get it done.
Was the spirit of Ricky Bobby inside? You tell me.
That's close
I
enough.
had the actual car there. And I actually bought a shirt from their gift shop. Where the hell is it? Oh, here we are.
What's up, everyone?
Oh, let me stop sharing. If you ain't first, you're last.
So trademark.
So yeah, I got that shirt. I'm probably gonna wear it Thursday, probably. I also bought randomly just because I like the shirt. Actually, let me go grab it now. And I bought this one at a random truck stop because it was cheap. Patrick Starr. Nope, not today. Because that's so fitting.
Say what you want about random truck stuff. You can find some really good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about the ones here in Ohio, man. I see a lot of fucking, like, we got a wolf, we got an eagle, so much America on this thing. I swear to God, man, you can get a pouch of fucking chaw with this.
Yeah. So I was telling Levi that I actually saw Maiden again a couple of days ago. And I want to show off the things that I got. I got a lot of stuff. I got some patches exclusive to the tour. Like really good quality patches.
Oh, nice. Those look like pull the plug patches.
Pretty much, kind of.
Yeah, that's a good company. They make all sorts of killer patches.
Yeah, which I'm gonna put on eventually on the vest. They were giving out these cards that if you scan them, you can win prizes like signed set list and all the bunch. But I didn't win. But keep it as a momentum. And then I bought 2 shirts, one for me, one for one of my friends. The exclusive Texas shirt for the tour for Texas dates. See Eddie?
Oh, hell yeah. That's pretty cool.
And then in the back,
that's pretty cool, Eddie.
Yeah, in the bag you have the Texas dates. And then
that's pretty sweet.
The last thing I bought was a program about the tour, which I have right here. But if you open it up, you get this, and you get more about the band, what they used, equipment, and all that. But the good thing about this is that
oh wow,
yeah,
that is a big poster.
Yeah, so I was thinking of framing it, but I think I'm gonna just keep it like this because this program is only exclusive to the tour, and
not a lot of tours do programs anymore either.
And they're selling this online on eBay for $50.
I have
the shirt that I bought with the 2 shirts that I bought, which was like $100. They're selling them for $200. The exclusive Texas shirts. But then again, it's Maiden. It's Maiden. I get it. It's Maiden.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. So another thing that I got to see at the Talladega Hall of Fame Museum, they had a few of some of the legendary wrecked cars from over the years. And you're going to be astonished when you see 2 of them in particular. But this was 1993 Neil Bonnet when the car flipped and went into the fence.
That looks fine. Just, a little buff out.
And this one, 1996 Ricky Craven, where it flipped up the banking in the corner, turn 1, and came back down on the roof and got hit by others. But these next 2, you're going to be like, how the hell did they live? This one, Mike Harmon from 2003 at Bristol, where he was just practicing, and he got up and hit the end of a wall, but there was a gate there, and it wasn't secured, sawed the car in half, and he was exposed, and another car came in and hit him right in the right rear. Had the car moved back about an extra 3 feet, he would have been splattered and killed. It would have been horrifying. And yeah, literally the car looked like it sawed in half, and he climbed out like nothing. But this next one, Michael Waltrip, Bristol, 1990, same thing. It hit an end of a wall where the gate wasn't secure. The car completely disintegrated. It looked like it was upside down, but it wasn't. And he somehow walked out because the seat saved his life. I was astonished to see this one in particular. I'm like, man, and I'm looking around, I'm like, it just doesn't make sense how it just broke apart like that.
Well, I mean, I think they're designed to fucking break apart somewhat as long as the fucking cage stays.
Roll cage is intact, yeah.
I mean, you know, sometimes people just get fucking lucky. I mean, kind of unlucky that you got fucked up in the wreck, but, you know, lucky that you were able to fucking walk away.
Still alive after that, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen car wrecks, even though I don't watch that much NASCAR, where the car is totally fucking wrecked, but the driver is like one piece, like nothing.
Hey, the strong seats, the seat belts, the roll cages have come a long way.
Mm-hmm.
Not just in NASCAR, but in all of racing. All over the world, so
yeah, I find like probably the best way to not get hurt in those things is to not get in them. Pretty solid. Like, there's like 100% chance of like not getting fucked up in a race car if you don't get in it.
Yeah. But anyways, enough about all that. So curious to start this little conversation with you guys in the chat if you're still listening. For those who may not have known, prior to leaving on vacation, I made a video. It got posted on November 6th. So it was the first video that was uploaded while I was away. It was the discussion about prog and death metal becoming a bad thing conversation. I wanted to hear from the chat as well as Ricky and Nick. If I'm not sure if you've seen the video yet, Nick. About
I mean, I've been like perpetually busy doing stuff, so I haven't really had a chance to watch much. I mean, when I get a chance to decompress, I watch anything like not YouTube related for a bit. Like, okay, let's watch something.
Right.
I mean, I've been catching up with Agatha all along with my buddy. It turns out to be like really cool series so far.
So good. It's so good.
Yeah. Some of the reveals I already had that pretty much guessed. But yeah, in terms of like prog and death coming together, like why are we bitching about that now? It's been happening for years. There's really no point. Like, you know, it all comes down to personal tastes. Like, you know, it's kind of the same crowd that is like, oh, fuck tech death. You know, it's all fucking wank and no substance and blah, blah, blah. I don't see the problem with it. Like, I like progressive death metal. I like technical death metal. I like old school death metal. I like death metal. It's not a big secret. I don't see like, you know, I mean, I really haven't heard a lot of people like openly complain about progressive death metal here, unless it's like, you know, the standard people that like fuck Opeth, you know, because there's definitely still that crowd, but I don't really hear that very much. You know, even when Tumult kind of shifted their sound on the last album, like I didn't hear a lot of people complain about the music. It was the people complaining like they're not wearing fucking death metal shirts and why the fucker is cut off so fucking high up. Like it was that mostly. You know, it really wasn't about the music. Most of the people I know, like, you know, they like death metal as a whole in terms of like, yeah, I like the different avenues. Like some stuff I like more than others, you know. But I mean, overall, it's about the riffs and about the music, and as long as it's well executed, yeah.
Yeah, but definitely the reason why I did that video was just because of the constant hate I've been seeing about with Tumult and especially now Blood Incantation. And I'm thinking, when did this become such a bad thing? When
I don't think
point out
I
in
don't-
the video,
I don't think it's
point
about the
out in
music of Blood Incantation. I think it maybe somewhat is. A lot of it is like, well, they're fucking hipsters. I'm like, well, so fucking what? Like they're doing something in metal that I think is really fucking cool right now. And I don't know, like there's just kind of like a weird hate for like bands that are trying to progress somewhat outside of like the norms. But
Yeah.
I think it's more about like them, like look at them, they don't look like everyone else in terms of like death metal heads. Yeah, I don't really get that. Like, Blood Incantation's been getting hate since like, pretty much the beginning. And it's also due to the fact that they started getting reviews and publications outside of like the metal publications, like, bigger ones like Rolling Stone were talking about like this Blood Incantation band's kind of fucking cool. That sets off a lot of fucking like, diehard Aaliyah's like, no, it's our thing and it can't be exposed to anyone else. And as much as I want our bands to be successful, I don't want them to be that successful. Like, no, they should still have to work their shitty fucking jobs. Fandom is weird. And
yeah,
I don't know, like that level of gatekeeping. I mean, I don't get any level of gatekeeping.
I
It's all
don't
kind
get
of
it
stupid
either.
to me.
I don't.
But yeah, like Blood Incantation's been getting hate for a while, like years ago. It was a video idea that Noonan and I were talking about, like what is hipster metal? Like we wanted to see what hipster metal was just to see what people were bitching about. And you'd be surprised at like the bands that were listed as like hipster metal. Like, I mean, Blood Incantation was on there, of course, but they also had Cynic. They also had Between the Buried and Me, The Sword. It was like, what? So,
What?
Yeah. And people like to complain. People like to fucking pigeonhole bands into certain things just because they don't like them. Like, just be honest. Like, yeah, I don't like it. That's baseline it.
Yeah, and to all those people who say Blood Incantation's been a bad rep, go fucking see them live.
They're amazing live.
They're amazing live. Got Vertigo. Fucking worth it.
Yeah, I saw him with Primitive Man, actually, and an MDF 2022. That show with Primitive Man at the Sanctuary, that was like one of the most precise, like just spot on shows I think I've ever seen. Like that band is beyond technically proficient, and they just absolutely crushed that entire set. It was mind blowing how fucking good they were. They were note for note, possibly even tighter than they sounded on the fucking albums.
Yeah. So pretty much what we're saying, Blood Incantation really fucking high on the end of the year list.
I'll just go ahead and say they're definite top 5 for me.
They're top 5.
They're top 5. Yeah.
As far as them being at number 1, there's one other album I have up against it for a possibility to take number 1.
There's probably 3, maybe 4 that are vying for that number 1 spot for me. There's been a couple of recent ones that are being added to the list too. Ones that I just didn't get a chance to review just because the amount of releases that were fucking coming out were just insane.
I might have an idea on what one of those could be.
Oh, you might be surprised at one. I mean, honestly, why not? I'll fucking show it. I've been listening to this album fucking nonstop for a while. Better Lovers. That's pretty much the remains of Every Time I Die, the principal guitarist producer for Fit for an Autopsy, Greg Puciato from Dillinger Escape Plan, and it rips. Honestly, I might even like this better than like the last couple of Every Time I Die albums. It's angsty, it's fucking cynical and mean-spirited, fucking spazzy as hell. It's just ridiculously fun and heavy. Fucking stupid heavy. I mean, hell, there's a couple in this stack that gets recorded tomorrow. That's what I did today. So yeah, there's been some like interesting additions, like the goth rock albums or goth metal albums that have been coming out this year.
Neon Nightmare.
Dude, Neon Nightmare is amazing. Dude, that new fucking Tribulation that's vying for a top spot too.
So good.
Dude, I mean, my old school love of like Sisters of Mercy has been on point. That Cemetery Skyline might even make it on there too. Yeah, it's been a wild year of releases, and I mean, there's still stuff like earlier in the year that came out that it's definitely on there too. So I got some serious whittling down to do.
Same here, and hell, we still got some big ones coming up soon. We got OPEF this weekend, which I already pre-ordered the special edition that comes with the documentary Blu-ray. So yes,
that's the one I pre-ordered at No Noise. So hopefully that comes in on time. Yeah, and I mean, what else is coming out? New Defeated Sanity. Carnal fucking Savageries put out another album. They put out one earlier this year, which honestly, might be a year ender for me. That's just like absolutely everything I would want out of an HM2 death metal album.
Same with Sentient Horror for me. That would be high up on my list.
I still got to get that one.
It's really good. It's really good. I still need to get it too.
Yeah.
God. I mean, the last one was fucking awesome too.
Oh yeah, the last one was top 5 for me as well.
I was on my list. I don't know if it was top 5.
What other? The new Unto Others. God, I've been jamming that album so much lately.
I tell you, this one, I've been listening to it more as of late, and it's been climbing. The new U-Tune.
Yes.
That'll be in the next one as well.
Holy crap, I just can't believe.
I mean, I'm already a Barren Earth fan, so there's echoes of familiarity. I like the first one too. I think this one's a bit better. It's a bit darker and heavier.
Mm-hmm. A little more epic too.
I mean, tons of epic. Like it might lay the epic a little bit much.
You can never be too epic, at least in my mind. When it comes to prog death in this vein, yeah, especially the song Mistland, that might be my favorite chorus of the year. Like John Aldara's vocals, I'll go ahead and say I think he might be the best vocalist going right now. Like that range he has is insane. Like not only in his cleans, but in his harsh vocals. Like if I were to,
honest.
I was gonna say if I were to.
I was gonna say it sounds a little.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say
I think there's a delay.
There might be a delay. But I was going to say, I think John, the best people I can compare his voice to, like, in terms of, like, the different sounds he goes, whenever he's getting into, like, the higher range, or even in, like, the more moody, like, the song Iridescent Way, kind of remind me a bit of Roy Khan from Camelot. He kind of has that, like, dramatic delivery to him, but whenever he got into, like, the gruffer cleans, I think Ricky might agree with me, kind of remind me of Alan from Primordial. A little bit. He's got more of like a tuneful bellow. Like that's like I mean he projects with power, and I really love that dude's delivery. For me, that one, the new IO tune, it feels vaguely similar to the new Borknagar, but those black metal elements in Borknagar, I think that kind of, I don't know, like if I was going to pick between the two, I'd probably lean more towards Borknagar. Plus, I love the vocal harmonies on that one in particular. Mm-hmm. Like, there's still part of that. Be high on my list too.
Borknagar's probably going to be on my list. 200 Stab Wounds. I mean,
God, I forgot about 200.
Yeah, 200 Stab Wounds.
Have you looked at Decibel's top 40?
No,
they have it up. There's probably maybe some overlap. Their number one is one that's vying for my number one.
But yeah, I would say for those watching. But I was gonna say for those watching that want to check out YouTube, best way to describe them, basically, if you took old Opeth and Borknagar, mixed them together, and you get this.
Yeah. On that
And
note,
Baronar,
I'm
for obvious
gonna head
reasons.
out. Gotta get up early tomorrow. So see you guys. Talk to you soon.
Nice to see you, Ricky. See you soon.
Later, man.
bud. And John said that he might pop in too.
Well, he might be getting off work, right? Well, I don't know. It depends. His work schedule's been kind of in flux here lately.
I
But
figured as such.
yeah, here, you want to actually hear the Decibel Top 40?
Sure, why not? Sure, why not?
Let's see.
I'll just kind of play a little spoiler for my next collection update. I think Nick, you're gonna love me even more for this.
Oh, dude, that's like one of the best albums ever.
Yep.
It literally, it's like every song's pretty much a hit.
Mm-hmm.
And
I was
I
listening
mean, in
to
terms
stuff
of
on
mood
this.
songs, dude, Moving in Stereo is one of my favorite fucking nighttime jams. Like, that's a night drive song. Like, yeah, you kind of just watch the lights go by rhythmically, just kind of move to that weird little groove.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love that fucking album. It's borderline perfect.
Yeah, when I saw this at one of the shops, I was like, immediately thought of you. I'm like, man, I've listened to Just What I Needed so many times growing up. It's like, just get the damn thing.
I mean, it's one of those, like, you put it on, like, oh fuck, I know this song. Oh fuck, I know this song. Holy shit!
Oh, this one,
all these
and
songs.
this, and that.
I mean, and then, honestly, it's one of the most important ones in terms of like the evolution of new wave. Like, I would say like that and like early Talking Heads, like really big foundational bands for the whole new wave sound. All right, the Decibel Top 40 for 2024. At number 40, we have Ancients, Beyond the Reach of the Sun.
That will be on my list.
It's got a chance. At number 39, we have Departure Chandelier, Satan Soldier of Fortune. I'm not familiar, so I can't say on that one. Number 38, one we reviewed, Oranzi Pazuzu with Muntao Tusha. Maybe that's how you say that.
Muntao Tusha.
Weird, twisted, dark fucking album. I don't know if it's year-end material for me, but I do appreciate that, and I still want to pick it up and actually kind of get into more of their stuff.
Didn't you actually play me stuff off of that when I visited? I'm pretty sure you did.
No, I didn't have it. I don't know.
I got another band.
I mean, there's a lot of bands I may have played you. Let's see. Number 37, Dark Throne. It Beckons Us All.
It's going to be on my list for sure too.
It's on the cusp right now.
It's just a matter of where I'm going to put it is the problem.
Yeah, I'm still, I don't know. Number 36, Yoth Iria, Blazing Inferno. I still haven't checked that out. I've heard a lot of people recommend it. Apparently, it's black metal, or black metal adjacent. Number 35, Vicious Blade, Relentless Force.
That's a killer thrash album.
I have not jammed that one.
Yeah, it's the front woman from Castrator. That's her other band on Redefining Darkness.
Pretty badass.
And I saw pictures. They're in the studio working on their next album. So, new Castrator 2025.
Watch your nuts.
Yeah, please. I want to keep my chunk intact, damn it.
Let's see. Number 34, High on Fire, Cometh the Storm.
That will probably be on my list too.
Oh, that one's.
I need to listen back to it. I haven't listened to it for a while.
Dude, I spent like a solid month of just jamming that fucking album, dude. That has been one of my favorite High on Fire albums in a while. And I mean, they're consistent as hell, but that one, it's slower, it's meaner, it's dirtier. I love it. Number 33, Deceased, Children of the Morgue.
It's good.
I like that. That one's got a a chance of being on my list for sure. Number 32, Oxygen Destroyer, Guardian of the Universe.
That was pretty good.
Still waiting on my copy. I gotta talk to the Redefining Darkness people. Like, number 31, Midnight, Hellish Expectations.
I liked it, but not going to be on my list.
It was a little cut too
short.
Like, songs were good.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, it was more like an EP.
Yeah, I mean, when they played some of them songs live, when I saw them, they fucking killed it. So,
let's see, number 30, Lucifer 5.
That's really good. That might be on my list too, but I need to re-listen to it.
I still have not really jammed that band very much, so it's one of those I just got to check out. Number 29, Paysage, 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 Decibel, Die Berg.
Sounds like black metal. Probably black metal, I bet.
More than likely. Number 28, Glacial Tomb, Lightless Expanse.
I think I checked that one out. Let me double check. Because I went through so many albums for Under the Radar this year, it's kind of hard for me to keep track.
We reviewed it.
Glacial Tomb.
The lead guitarist. Yeah, lead guitarist and harsh vocal guy from Chemist. It's his death metal band / sludge / black metal. I like it. I like the first one a bit more. I think it's their self-titled debut. It was fucking monstrous. Let's see, number 27, Chat Pile, Cool World. Stay tuned for not this collection update that's premiering tomorrow, but the next one, the one that I shot today. I'll let you know what I think about that weird, unnerving, unsettling album. It's truly strange. Let's see. Number 26, Apparition, Disgraced Emanations from a Tranquil State.
That was really good.
I thought that was pretty solid.
I see. Pick up.
Number 25, Nails, Every Bridge Burning.
That will probably be on my list too.
That one might be on my list. I still feel like a 17-minute album. I could just throw it in the EP list, but I mean, it's vicious. I'd like this. No, not a punch pulled. Nope. Number 24, and this one was kind of a surprise. Hell Butcher, they're self-titled.
That is awesome. That might be on my. Again, I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put some of these.
I really enjoyed that album though, but I don't know if it's year-end material. Number 23, Black Curse, Burning in Celestial Poison.
It was solid.
It was vicious. I kind of like the first one a little bit more. Endless Wound, I thought was just a little bit better. Some of the longer songs did drag a little bit on the new one.
Yeah.
Number 22, The Black Dahlia Murder, Servitude. I thought it was a decent comeback. I don't know if it's year-end material. But I'm just happy.
I might have overrated it when it came out, but I was just happy to hear Black Dahlia again.
Yeah. Number 21, Full of Hell, Coagulated Bliss. I haven't gone back to that one in a while.
It was all right.
I'd like to because they cleaned up stuff a little bit. Like you didn't have a lot of weird noise tracks. Stuff. Like oh yeah, we just got like good grindy, vicious songs. Like okay, and some solid fucking riffs.
Yeah.
Number 20, Undeath, More Insane.
Really good.
Yeah, that one's got a really good chance to make my list. Let's see, number 19, Dodsrit, Nocturnal Will. I don't know that one. Mm-hmm. Number 18, because they've already listened to it and have probably a review up for it already. Opeth, The Last Will and Testament.
I can't wait to listen to it this weekend because I feel like I'm probably gonna love it and it will probably be in my top 10. Because I am that.
I'm hoping it will. I haven't been that excited about an Opeth album in a while, so it better not let me down. Number 17, Terminal Nation, Echoes from the Devil's Den.
Solid.
I thought it was solid. I don't think it's year end, but I thought they did a damn good job on that one. Solid dudes too. I got to run into them in Philly. Number 16, Ulcerate, Cutting the Throat of God.
Definitely on my list.
I don't know if it's going to be on mine because I really feel like they hit like their best mark with the last album, Staring to Death and Be Still. I think that's possibly their best album. Like Destroyers of All is really good too.
Everything is fire for me.
I mean, that might have been where I came in with that band, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't know. There was something about Staring to Death and Be Still that just it was hypnotic. Plus, seeing that band live finally. All right, number 15, Spectral Voice, Sporagmos.
Definitely probably going to be on mine.
Yep.
Really placing them.
Really good chance. Number 14, Ripped to Shreds, Sanshi.
Yes, that's a definite one.
That one's, I mean, it could be like top 5.
It could be top 5 for me too. Holy shit. Especially
everything on
that
that
track. Oh my god.
Dude. Every track, every single track in there is awesome. Number 13, 200 Stab Wounds, Manual Manic Procedures.
Yes.
I like the thrashy turn they made. Dude, there's some songs there that like remind me so much of like, you know, jamming fucking like Beneath the Remains for the first time as a teenager. It's like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Number 12, Holder versus An Oath. I thought that was good.
Make my list. It might make my list, but we'll see.
I don't know. I feel like that one was kind of a hype job. Oh, I'm on Decibel's website.
Oh yeah. There we go.
Let's see. Number 11, Mother of Graves, The Periapt of Absence.
I missed out on that one.
Still time to jam it. Honestly, I mean, if you're a fan of the old school peaceful death doom sound, like it's so fucking in line with like early My Dying Bride and early Paradise Lost, early Anathema. It's fucking great. It's got a really good chance of being on my list too. Number 10, Necrot, Lifeless Birth.
That is definitely going to be on my list.
Same. I still jam the fuck out of that one. All right. Number 9, Inter Arma, New Heaven. I'm still on the fence about that one. I like it, and I like how it runs. Like it starts off chaotic as hell, and then by the time you get to the end, it's intimate and very melodic and intensely dark throughout. And that band, in terms of like all the elements they blend, they are really kind of unique. But I kind of like Paradise Gallows still a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8, Julie Christmas, Ridiculous and Full of Blood. I have not listened to that one, but she's a hell of a vocalist. If you ever get a chance, check out the collaboration she did with Cult of Luna, Mariner. It's absolutely amazing. Number 7, Gatecreeper, Dark Superstition.
I thought it was great. It might be on the cusp of making my list.
It's on the cusp.
Yeah.
I like it. I think in terms of like taking a turn to more melodic death metal, they still did it really well. They still brought that HM2 heft.
Yep.
But, you know, I just feel like there's a lot of other releases that really jumped out at me.
What was that collaboration you were talking about with Julie Christmas and Cult of Luna? What was it called again?
Mariner.
Okay.
Yeah, it's excellent. Number 6, Tazam Pantley, Beating the Drums of Ancestral Force. Have you heard that yet?
Nope, I haven't.
It's death metal / death doom with a Mesoamerican theme. Good luck pronouncing any of the song titles. It's awesome though. Like there are like layers of tribal percussion, death whistles, multi-tracked vocals, dense, nasty death doom breakdowns, like world-ending apocalyptic riffs. It's good. Let's see. And I just noticed. Wow. A stark omission. All right. Number 5, Tribulation, Sub Rosa, and Eternum. That's definitely going to be on mine.
I don't think it's going to be on mine.
Oh, those that goth crooning, it got me. Number 4, Judas Priest, Invincible Shield.
Might make my list too.
Oh, it's on my list, without a doubt.
That and Saxon, yeah.
Saxon, I don't know. It's a bit of a dark horse in that race, but Judas Priest put out an absolutely incredible album there. Number 3, Spectral Wound, Songs of Blood and Mire. I liked it, but I didn't like it as much as the last one.
Yeah, I thought it was good, but I didn't think it was like insanely amazing. Like I heard a lot of people make it out to be.
Yeah, I mean we didn't like get a lot of flack for because I gave it a 3.5. Like I think it's good, but man, the last one, Diabolical Thirst, I thought was fucking incredible. The one before that, I thought was fucking gnarly. This one had like a little bit of like black and roll to it. It was like, all right, that's still cool, but it needs more Satan. Number 2, Blood Incantation, Absolute Elsewhere. And the number 1 album, Crypt Sermon, The Stygian Ruse.
Yes, that's definitely going to be on mine.
Yeah, so there's a few there that are battling for my number 1, but stark omission there. I didn't see Nile.
Yeah, Nile should be on that list too. That was awesome. I was listening to some songs off of it yesterday, and it's like still hits.
It's fucking brilliant. It's kind of what I expect. Carl's a fucking mastermind of Egypt and riffage
and soloing.
Yeah, I mean, hell, and fucking George Callias, God.
And on top of that, having Brian Kingsland and Zach Jeter shred along with Carl and vocal along with Carl, it's like, damn, the 3-guitar vocal attack is something else.
And they use that vocal dynamic so damn well. Like the switching on and off, the layering, the occasional epic bellows and cleans. I was on the fence because I liked Violent Melodic Rites. I thought that was a solid fucking album.
You could I even said it when I reviewed that album 5 years ago. I'm like, this sounds like a transition to me, considering new lineup. And then I think that transition came into full effect with the new one.
Like this was like a tighter version. Honestly, I would say the new album is maybe the best thing they've put out since Annihilation of the Wicked. I even went back and listened to that one. I was like, oh man, like this is good.
And I'm gonna be ranking Nile next August, so dear God help me.
An amazingly
bloody ranking. As far as like some omissions I would have had on the list, or at least once I think could have gotten more love, Skeletal Remains.
Skeletal Remains is more than likely on my list. I thought they just did what they did well. Like, not really reinventing their wheel. They don't need to. All they need to do is continuously tighten up everything they do, which, I mean, it's already fucking tight as fuck.
Yeah. I would also say Necrophobic. I really like the new Necrophobic.
I thought that one was good, but not as good as
Dawn of the Damned, which I would agree.
Or Mark of the Necrogram. I fucking love that album.
Mm-hmm. Another omission that we talked about a bit ago, the U-Tune. Probably make a run for it. I'm actually trying to look at my fucking collection here. Actually, a good case for, and we were talking about this earlier when Ricky was here, about best debut this year. I would make the case Eternal would make a run for best debut, and that will be on my list. Eternal with Cryptic Lust. It's basically American Vader.
Yeah.
It's so thrashy and fast. It's awesome.
I still need to pick that one up.
Oh, and then I think one that you might agree with me on a little bit. Wait, where is it? Oh, the Suffer Grand Canvas of the Aesthetic.
Oh yeah, no, that one's on my
That
list.
that
I
is
went
awesome.
I went back and listened to that like a couple of days ago, and like, yeah, dude, I can't even invent a complaint about that
Right.
one. Same thing with Severus. I was kind of surprised that Severus wasn't on there because that's a big standout for me this year, and especially for like, you know, I want to say their first, I don't know, is it their second album, because I can't remember the first one's an EP. Either way, their $20 spin debut absolutely crushed, and I was kind of surprised that one wasn't on there too. And I got a couple of, I don't know, like they're kind of dark horses, like Prog. Have you checked out Prog yet?
Don't believe I have.
It's worth it, especially if you love Bloodbath and just awesome old school death metal.
As I keep looking on my list here, where the hell did I have it? Oh, the new Inophilian. I would say in terms of black metal, that in my opinion might be the best black metal album I've heard this year, and it's essentially 3/4 necrophobic, but it's more black metal than Black and Death. And it's Sebastian, the lead guitarist, doing the vocals. And holy shit, not only does he have an amazing black metal scream, there are a couple songs where he's doing death roars, and I think he could have a death metal project, like an old school death metal project, if he wanted to, because he's not only damn good on guitar, I mean, excellent soloist, damn good vocalist too.
I mean, for me, in terms of like black metal, Necro Wretch, I mean, it's Black and Death.
Necro, that might be on my list too. Also, Behexen.
I didn't get that one. Werewolves is kind of in the black metal realm.
You know what? There's a giant, I just realized, giant omission on that Decibel list. The new Pallbearer.
Yep. No, Pallbearer's, dude, that album's difficult to listen to. Yeah. Like, I love it, but fuck me, is it sad.
Yeah. I was re-listening to it the other day. And
did you read the lyrics with it? Read the lyrics with it. You have yourself a good fucking cry.
Oh, man.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
My eyes are sweating.
Oh, Kavan. Kavan is also one of my favorite black metal releases this year. If you're not familiar with it, it's a one-man project, and dude just rips. I mean, it's riffier than fuck black metal.
Let's see. What else from this year that I bought that could make a run for it?
Oh, Hyperdontia too.
Yeah. Laceration. That's going to be on my list.
I went back and listened to it, and while I like it, I get some issues with the mix. And there's been a lot of similar albums to that one. Like, I mean, that new Living Gate is very similar to Laceration too. And I don't know, that one's got a chance of being on there. I mean, I have a ton of fucking death metal bands that just impressed the fuck out of me this year.
Yeah.
God, man.
Oh, Eternal Storm. That might make it for me.
That one's more on the cusp, but that was really solid.
Mm-hmm.
Farsant I really enjoyed. There's a couple of like not super metal, more rock. Greenleaf, I really enjoyed that last one. I've been a fan of those dudes for a while.
Mm-hmm. Another one, Wolfheart. That might make my list.
I don't know, because I went back and listened to like some previous albums I had, and while the new one's really good, I don't know if it matches up to some of the other ones I've had. I mean, those dudes are pretty damn consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Replicant.
Yeah, I remember checking that one out. I don't think it will make my list, but I thought it was pretty damn good.
Umbilical by Thou. Yeah, Rock Movies with Tyler. That one's got a chance to be on there. I really enjoy that album. Damn it.
Yeah, we both got the coughs.
Well, I'm still. I mean, I'm over it now, but I mean, I was fucking laid up for a while. Everyone I know has been getting fucking sick with like this nasty fucking bug that's been floating around. I'm glad I got a fucking flu shot.
I think I've pretty much gone through at least all the stuff that I've gotten from albums this year, thus far, that I thought were maybe missing. But
I still have another stack of newer releases to go over here, plus once again a bunch of stuff that people have sent me. So, yeah, dude, I love the New Unto Others. I love that album. It's so fucking catchy. It almost pisses me off. It's so catchy. I can't wait to see him at MDF though. Like that, I think that's gonna be some
like
fun fucking sing-alongs. Like, yeah, let's just sing all these goth tunes together. No one fucking smiles.
Oh, that's great. Shit, there was another one that I heard this year that I really, really, really liked. Pia Mater or Mater.
Pia Mater.
Yeah, that was really good too.
I haven't picked up the newest one, but I have one of their older ones, and yeah, they're like Argentinian Opeth.
Yep.
A little bit of Enslaved too.
Yep. What else do I have? Yeah, I think that's unless I just go back through my WordPad list of everything I've scored. That's basically all I could think of off the top of my head of what I've heard this year that would make the cut for me. But yeah, this year has been fucking insane. The only thing that I wish, and it's kind of been a thing we've noticed over the past few years, not a whole lot of thrash has been popping up.
There were a couple, like, but not a whole lot. Like,
yeah.
I mean, Dissimulator was kind of technical thrash, death metal, like, Watchtower, Vector, Voivod.
Revocation.
Critical Defiance, I thought was pretty solid. What's up, Josh?
New Acid Mass was solid. Of course, Vicious Blade was really good.
I'm trying to think what other ones I had that were more thrashy. I mean, Deceased, but they're kind of death thrash and heavy metal, so it's kind of a blend.
Yeah.
What other ones?
I mean, if we were to include re-recordings, that new Schizophrenia re-recording would be high, but I'm not going to count.
Morbid Saint.
Oh yeah, Morbid Saint. That has to be on my list too. I forgot about Morbid Saint.
Shit.
And fucking Super Strike was fucking bragging about earlier, and I'm like, damn, I figured there was one that I was missing.
Vulture was pretty damn solid. Again, I mean, those dudes are consistent as hell.
But hopefully 2025 will be a bigger year for thrash as a whole. I mean, hell, we got New Destruction coming out in March, I think it is.
Yeah, New Testament.
Finally. Maybe New Exodus. Maybe New Death Angel.
Yeah, I mean, all those. New Dark Angel.
Yep. Maybe New Dark Angel, finally.
Oh, no. Thrash kind of needs a bit of a facelift because I think it's been doing the same thing for too long and people are just kind of getting tired. Like, death metal, well, it still has its core fan base. There's a lot of experimentation in it. Same thing with black metal. But thrash metal, there's not really enough room to really experiment. Otherwise, you kind of like leave the thrash metal camp too much. And a lot of the old school fans are, I don't know, they're a little rigid. Like, they don't want thrash to change that much.
Actually, one band that I would love to hear a new album from that came out last year is Mesro, and they commented on my review last year saying that they are working on new stuff. If it's anything like Summon Thy Demons, then I'm all for it. Basically, Swedish Metallica and Testament.
honestly, that new Veil Burner, it's got a chance. Like that thing's hard to describe. Believe me, we tried. Once again, I feel like I've only like vaguely described that band, and every time I've reviewed it, and apparently they already have another album done, like completely done. Yeah, they commented on the video and said, "Yeah, no, it's already done. It's ready to go." But label's going to wait, kind of tease it for a while, and they said we're pretty confident you're going to like it because it's a lot like the self-titled one. I'm like, well, okay,
yeah. But I saw Jason Boardman comment. Still got to jam that band Mesro. Yeah, I think Mesro is definitely a thrash band people need to discover because only 2 albums and they were released 33 years apart. Their first one, Then Came to Killing, 1990, basically sounded like Testament but in Sweden. And then the last one, Summoned by Demons, yeah, definitely sounds a little more modern, but man, the fucking harmonies and melodies on some of them leads and solos and riffs, holy shit. And like more Testament, also a lot of Metallica in there. Hell, even a song that kind of had some Sodom vibes is so fucking good. And their guitarist, one of their guitarists, has produced the last 2 Blood Red Throne albums. So there's a little kinship there.
I mean, some of that stuff's kind of hard to get like across the pond too when it comes down to like physical media hounds like myself.
Right. Well, Then Came to Killings. They Hammerheart reissued that as well as demos, so you could get that. And then Summoned by Demons, that's on Fireflash, which is now a subsidiary of Reigning Phoenix Music. So those are pretty easy to get.
Hammerheart's been solid about the reissues. Oppressors, Agony.
I need to get the rest of Oppressor stuff. I still just have the first album.
First album's awesome. Agony is a little bit groovier. Like there's a little bit, there's some stuff that gets a little bit off the rails in terms of like the more techie, proggy stuff. But I mean, it's still awesome. Elements of Corrosion might still be my favorite.
I don't know. Part of me really liked Solstice of Oppression just because it's like basically if you took Suffocation and later era Death, mix it together, and it's brilliant.
That's kind of the same thing on Agony, though it's a little bit more groove laden. Like you get more like like syncopated, hefty fucking chugs. Like the song "Gone," that was like the first song I think I ever heard by the band. But I mean, you still get like those later Death moments in there, and yeah, I mean, they're just like an underrated fucking band overall.
And what's
up, man? Doing?
Doing
just
good.
Hanging out.
Yeah.
Just still trying to get everything together after being gone for nearly 2 fucking weeks.
Yeah, what did you do?
Stayed in the hometown of Jack Daniels for 2 nights.
Masturbated.
Damn it, can't a guy masturbate in this house?
Oh, well, maybe.
Then stayed at a lake house. Before that, visited the Talladega Superspeedway track, and then spent a whole week on the Gulf Coast of Alabama, west of Florida, Pensacola in particular.
Nice.
And yeah, it was kind of up and down, but for the most part, it was good. But now I'm back, and, well, I already started Christmas shopping. I got my dad's present already. And, oh, my God, I spent a ridiculous amount of money on it, but I don't care. I decided to get, for my dad, a hex-clad skillet. It's one of them, like, high-end skillets. It cost me almost $200 for one skillet and a lid.
Yeah, that Gordon Ramsay shit.
The Gordon Ramsay stuff, yeah, because he uses it on all of his shows, and I'm like, well, if it's a lifetime skillet, might as well get it. So that way we'd have something proper to cook on.
I mean, you slap his name on there and the price instantly jumps up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I think in this case, it'd be the last skillet we're ever going to need. Because it does come with a lifetime warranty, too. And also because the material, you could throw it in the dishwasher and you don't even have to worry about it getting rusty or whatever.
You should have got 2 and see how much you could fuck up the one. Like, all right, lifetime warranty. Let's see what you can do.
So, and funny enough, I ordered it today and it's already been shipped. So it might be here this weekend. So convenient.
Nice.
But eventually, probably next week, when labels start doing their Black Friday sales, you know me, I'm going ham. Going ham on $20 spin, probably Relapse again, maybe Nuclear Blast, or I don't know if Metal Blade's going to do one this year or not. If they do, then I need to get the first Yotun album.
When
Since I really love the new one, I need to get the first one.
When I get paid here this week, I was going to do another one of those 10 for 50 CDs from Hell's.
Oh yeah, I've gotten. I think I only got one or two of those in the past.
I've got a couple in the past. Like his selection's been kind of sparse in that particular area. Like, yeah, no, I think I already bought that. I already bought that too. Like he needs some more like just different shit in there.
Yeah,
I was gonna get the new Deceased and Fluids and some other shit.
New Fluids, I was kind of disappointed by. Like one of the big things, and it was the thing that I kind of complained about, were all the fucked up samples, but they took them all out. And
really?
Yeah, there's no samples on it, and it's a little bit faster and a little bit more like raw production wise. It doesn't quite sound the same. I mean, still check it out. But I mean, for me, it was like, I don't know if I like this anymore. Like, maybe I just got used to all the fucked up shit about it. But it's kind of missing like the groove and like, just like the big chuggy fucking riffs. I don't know. I don't know. It just doesn't seem to hit the same way. The new Deceased, though, fucking awesome. I love the shit out of that album.
Oh yeah. Actually, at the next show I'm doing, we're gonna be doing a cover of Fading Survival. So
nice.
Yeah.
Even King sarcastically commented on our review too, and left a joke about us complaining about the interludes.
Oh yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, King.
Yeah, it's funny.
So yeah, we were going over the Decibel year-end list, and I'm kind of surprised that Nile wasn't on there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I did, the thing I was shooting today had your album in it. So
nice.
That collection update is officially shot and done. I'm going to shoot another one tomorrow because I managed to get more shit done in between.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, man.
Yeah, I might film my next collection update, which is basically all the stuff I got while I was away. And then it's probably going to be a little while before the next one, because then I got to start working on the next stack, which is more than likely going to be everything I'm getting on these upcoming Black Friday sales from $20 spin and Relapse and stuff. Relapse, I think, does the Black Friday sales the best.
Honestly, I've never taken advantage of the Black Friday sales because generally all the shit that's on sale is
stuff you already have.
Yeah.
Yeah, like last year, I think I went ham on getting the majority of Exhum's albums. I think now I'm only missing one, and that's All Guts, No Glory.
Yep.
I think that's the only one that I'm missing from Exhum's catalog.
That's one with Danny Walker on it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'll be curious to see what I can get my hands on at Relapse. Nuclear Blast does it pretty well. The only issue I have with Nuclear Blast Black Friday sales, the fucking shipping goes up the more you add. That's the only issue that I have. But the prices individually, like you can get them for as low as like $3.74. Like that was how much my copy of Kingdom of Conspiracy was.
Well, they probably do like the shipping by like the weight of the package. So I mean, the more weight you add,
yeah.
I know.
That makes sense.
I'm trying not to do as much shopping. Like, I mean, I'm going to get like obviously a new OPEP and a bunch of other stuff, but I'm almost at the point where I'm like caught up on collection updates and I can finally finish listening to fucking Motley Crue because believe me, I want to get that shit over with.
Yes.
And then like
I got to get to Immortal here before too long since I'll be ranking them next month.
Well, I want to get back to like I haven't done a States of Metal in fucking forever. I haven't fucking done a whole bunch of segments in forever, and now that John has his own setup, like we use the Thrall's cache to get him a nice computer that can actually edit shit because the computer he had was my old computer, which was barely functional at like opening emails. So now he's got one that won't just crash on him. And he's got a place set up so he can fucking record in his own. So yeah, hopefully What's John Jammin's going to start resurfacing. And I already know tons of people that want to send him fucking music and shit. It's like, cool, man, this is your thing. You don't have to worry about me peppering in dick jokes. You can pepper in your own dick jokes.
Perfect.
And there better be dick jokes.
Well, speaking of jokes, I got a little one for the both of you, and I feel like Nick, you're gonna be like, you're never allowed to back in my house again after.
Oh God, is this the part where I have to mute you? Can I do that?
Depends. All right, so, oh dear God, I can't believe this. All right, what do you call a crab that likes to paint?
I don't know, Levi. What do you call a crab that likes to paint?
Leonardo da Vinci.
I'm done. That's it. I'm done.
I knew that.
How do you remove friends on Facebook? That's how bad that was. Jesus Christ, dude.
I don't know which was worse, that or Judas Prius.
Man. God. You tell jokes like a 55-year-old man, a dad. That joke has a fucking mortgage. That joke's been divorced.
See, Jason approves.
Oh, Jason.
No, I think he's approving of
him.
your outrage more than anything.
Yeah.
I mean, dude,
I got a lot more. Believe me, I got more, but I'll spare you.
I know, John. He's there's nothing but puns that fucking go through this house. Yeah, I shot him a message to see if he was still up. He might have had another long day of fucking work.
Yeah. Oh God! If he comes in here, I'm gonna tell him that and see how he would rate it.
No.
He'd probably rate it a bazillion out of 10 or whatever the fuck.
He'd probably tell someone that. He'd be like, "Oh yeah, I heard a joke." Like, God damn it, dude! Don't do it! Don't do it!
If you think that was bad, wait till you hear this one. So what do you call an Italian working lady? Quote unquote.
Working lady, a lady of the evening, a whore.
Mm-hmm. You call her
a whore.
You call her a prostitute.
Oh, fuck off.
A hua.
Oh.
Or a gelato, which you like to taste like holy.
Prostitute works better because she's getting paid. Gelato just sounds like she's giving it up.
Well,
free.
she's actually cheap. It only costs a penny.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna go grab a smoke. Correct this. Josh, I leave this in your hand. I'll be back.
Oh man!
Oh God! I swear to God, the next time I go back up there and I hang out at his place, he's probably wanting to smack me right in the mouth. And then this is how I see it happen. He's going to come up to me, smack me in the cheek, and then give me a hug for being both an idiot and a trooper.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Even my head's starting to hurt from laughter. Oh, Jesus Christ. Whew. Oh, what the fuck did I just close out of? Oh, just Facebook. But yeah, shockingly enough, on this trip, I didn't get a whole lot of CDs. I only got 16, whereas I usually try to go for 20 or more. But the route we took just wasn't a whole lot of shops nearby where we could still get to wherever we were going on time.
Yeah.
But I managed to find some good stuff, mostly used stuff in Pensacola, but there was some gems in there that I think some people are going to like. I mean, hell, I showed off one, Cars. I immediately thought of Nick when I saw this. I'm like, I've listened to just what I needed so many times. I might as well get the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm getting close to the 1,500 mark. So I'm just still trying to debate on what stuff to get from $20 spend sale right now. Annihilator's King of the Kill or Flotsam and Jetsam When the Storm Comes Down. I am not that familiar with either. I probably know more about King of the Kill because of Set the World on Fire. So I'd probably by default would go with Annihilator.
Yeah. I have no idea.
Yeah, those are probably two of the lesser albums from those bands that even their hardcore fans aren't the biggest fans of, quote unquote. Because that mid-90s period where thrash went groovy and groove metal. I mean, unless you were Pantera.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was saying earlier, it's like I gotta really think about how I'm going to arrange my year-end list in December because, oh my god, it's so difficult, and especially since I'm whittling it down to just a top 30 list instead of doing 40 and 50, where it's just gonna be obnoxious. So it's like I really gotta think, but it's like at the same time, I gotta re-listen to albums and then get into listening to Immortal because I'm going to be ranking them the week before Christmas. Because then next year, as far as what I'm ranking for next year, February I'm doing Gojira, April I'm doing Creator, June Bloodbath, August Nile, October Overkill, and then next December, Shooter. I guess I'm making it a theme. Every December I'm ranking black metal.
Yeah.
Don't know why, but why the hell not?
It fits, the winter,
Yeah,
the winter times.
Winter.
The winter.
Yep. But and then I've already kind of been thinking about what I'm gonna rank for 2026. Like I've been thinking ahead. Like I might do Ulcerate, I might do Napalm Death, I might do Carcass. I might do Broken Hope. I might do maybe Voivod if I'm feeling weird. Yeah. Might do even like Marduk. I don't know. It's just I still got so many bands that I could do rankings for in the years to come. I just gotta pick and choose.
Yeah.
But I do have a video coming up, well, technically this morning, but technically tomorrow. Just a random compilation I put together of like me filming ocean waves during the trip because basically I was obsessed. Unhealthy, might I add. So, yeah, it was just a random like 8-minute compilation video of me just filming the ocean waves because some of them got really fucking high. And then towards the end of the trip, they got a little better.
John's finishing up some food and he'll be on, I guess.
Nice.
While
you guys are here, I'll
you weren't telling me more fucking terrible pasta.
I gotta go.
For you.
I gotta go take a wicked
fuck out of here.
Yeah. Are you hitting up that I Am Morbid Suffocation tour?
Yeah, it's the 6th here. I gotta talk to my brother-in-law, see if he still wants to go because he's got to come all the way from like the Cleveland area, meet me up here, and then go up to God. It's in Pontiac. It's at the fucking Crowfoot, so outside of Detroit. So, but if not, I'm pretty sure John and I are gonna go. I honestly like. I know a lot of people were bummed that Morbid Angel dropped off, but dude,
I think I Am Morbid's going to be better. Honestly, it seems like they're tighter and they're going to play the old.
Yeah, shit. You don't have Trey not functioning very.
You'll never hear Immortal Rites or Chapel of Ghouls with Steve Tucker.
No, and I always want to hear Chapel of Ghouls. That's one of my favorite fucking Morbid Angel songs, dude. When I saw them in fucking FTA, they played almost all of fucking Covenant, which is
Mm.
goated. Yeah, and dude, they were tighter, and plus, man, they got Pete.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's enough. I mean, plus Suffocation, dude. Mortiferum is fucking disgusting live,
Oh yeah, I'm excited for those opening
dude.
bands. Like Fulci's
I'm-
on it, I think, right?
Yep, Fulci's on there. Noel, I'm still kind of unfamiliar with their stuff. I really haven't like jammed that much. I know John has. But yeah, like that lineup's pretty fucking stacked. Yeah, Mortiferum set at MDF in 2022. My God, that was one of the heaviest sets we saw at the soundstage for damn sure.
Yeah. I just wish like for Suffocation that let me look at their set list. I know they're playing a lot of stuff from the new album. Honestly, they could swap out Dim Veil of Obscurity for Thrones of Blood.
Wait,
In
Thrones
my
of Blood isn't
in
on
my
there?
opinion, no, it's not. In my opinion, I know it's like a crime.
Dude, that's
In
like
my opinion, Dim Veil is like the weakest song on the new album.
yeah, that was one of the ones I was like, well, I mean, it's good, it's brutal, but it doesn't like have like the flash of other songs. God, dude, Thrones of Blood was like the first Suffocation song I ever heard, so I'm a little pissed.
Yeah. So
But
like the set list is Seraphim Enslavement.
okay,
Or
good
actually,
song.
you want me to spoil it or no? You don't.
I mean, I won't remember.
Okay.
So yeah, that's cool.
Seraphim Enslavement, Effigy of the Forgotten, Dim Veil of Obscurity, Pierce from Within, Perpetual Deception, Funeral Inception, Catatonia, Hymns from the Apocrypha, and Legion of Inveracity.
No infecting the crypts.
I know it's weird. I
Or
mean, I
even
get
reading the Spawn.
yeah, I get it's like an opening set. Like they don't have a lot of time, but
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's still like almost like a kind of a co-headlining one because they're on right before I Am Morbid. Like, you know,
personally, I'd cut like one or two new songs. Like there's 4 new songs there.
dude, I would throw in like Marital Decimation. Like that's like one of my favorite tracks off of Breeding the Spawn. And for fuck's sake, dude, Thrones of Blood, dude, I need that fucking song. Dude.
I know.
Oh, dude, that one set me on the fucking path. Or Depths of Depravity. Throw that one in.
Yeah, like that fucking chunky ass bass
Oh,
intro.
dude, that opening chug-a-thon is like, yes, let's fucking go. Or I'm gonna watch someone else go nuts and just hang back like, oh shit, dude ate shit, pick him up.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I really like the newest Suffocation album.
I like it too. I think it's. I mean, I still have.
It was in my
issues
top
with-
5 last year.
I don't know if it wasn't in my top 5. I still take some issue with the very just super compressed production.
Yeah, the production is a bit too polished for them. I think.
It's what's his name from Cryptopsy?
Christian Donaldson.
Christian Donaldson, yeah.
Yeah.
His production style is he just kind of just squeezes things way too much.
The new Cryptopsy didn't sound that good either, like production wise.
He did that one too. I mean, musically, I fucking dug it. Like, I mean, of course, there were still the Lord Worm stands out there. Like, nah, fuck Matt Gaki. He was like, dude, and Matt's like nothing but super nice on stage and shit. Like, he was like super thankful of the fucking crowd and everything when we saw him.
Yeah,
But,
I actually, I think I sent you the picture I got with him when I saw him
yeah.
with Carnifex.
God, I saw him with. Fuck, who do we see? We saw him at the Sanctuary. I gotta just sit around and bullshit with him for a bit. Super fucking nice dude. Talked about like craft beer and shit, and like, yeah, you know, I mean, I get the people love fucking Lord Worm, and yeah, those earlier albums are fucking awesome. But he's got this like gorilla like fucking roar, like his
vocals have gotten a lot better. For a minute, like I thought they sounded kind of weird, but
well, I mean,
I think they've gotten a lot better.
I think there's also that stigma with the Unnamed or Unspoken King or whatever it was. That's the only Cryptopsy album I don't own. I didn't think it was
the thing
terrible.
about it is like it's a bad Cryptopsy album, but it would have been a great All Shall Perish album. So
Yeah,
I think it's a good album, like if you detach the name Cryptopsy from it, but it's just not a Cryptopsy album.
Yeah.
I mean, it still has its moments where it still sounds like Cryptopsy, but I mean that lineup is shifted around so much. Naturally, things are going to change.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, outside of fucking, God damn it, Flo. He's the only original member.
Yep.
So I mean, yeah, the drum work's going to sound the same, but you've had multiple different guitarists in there, and you know, it's going to sound a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I still think they were good. Their set was fucking killer, but I mean, they played everything off of the debut, so I already knew that set was going to be good.
When I saw them, they played Open Face Surgery, and Matt did the 30-second scream.
Oh wow!
It was really cool.
And he's got powerful vocals, man. Like they were one of the probably one of my favorite death metal sets. I don't know, dude. Skinless's set still fucking stuck with me, dude. They absolutely fucking crushed live.
Yeah, I definitely want to see Skinless someday.
I think they're finally working on something new.
Yeah, they're kind of a local band. They're from upstate New York.
Yeah, they're from Albany, right?
I think they're from Glens Falls, but
sounds about Glens Falls sounds about right.
It's like close enough to Albany, probably.
Yeah.
So,
Whiplash. I got the first two albums in a comp. I think it might be Boots. I got them at MDF in 2022. It's good. It's kind of one gear thrash metal, but I mean, it's fucking rowdy. It clearly wants to destroy shit. My goodness.
Nice.
I wasn't even really trying on that one.
Manners.
What are those?
It's like a town in England. Manners.
Oh, boss.
We went to go see. Man, two different kinds of blood there.
I'd probably say Blood Red Throne.
I mean,
just because I've listened to them longer.
Yeah, I'd probably go Blood Red Throne. Like, there's still some stuff by Blood Incantation I'm not as big of a fan of. Blood Red Throne's pretty damn consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't the biggest fan of the newest one, but I mean,
yeah, it's still good. It's just, yeah.
But we went to go see Cytotoxic on their tour. Holy shit, that band is intense, dude. That was fucking savage. Like, it's brutal as hell, but man, they have a lot of fucking technical flair, and like some of their shit kind of remind me of like Gorod, like tapping harmonies and shit. But just gross fucking vocals, and dude, just presence and a lot of fucking fun. And every time the frontman spoke, dude, someone actually just said what I was thinking. Like, he was talking in between the songs, but this is about radioactivity. And it was like, and someone just yelled, "Get to the chopper!" No. And yeah, like, that's exactly what I was thinking. I looked back and was like, yeah, no, you got it. That was it. I've been trying to hold it in for the entire time.
Oh, speaking of that,
about radioactivity. We're from Chernobyl or Germany. One of the two. They're close by.
Oh God!
Speaking of Arnold,
hold on, Nick. You just reminded me of something. Oh God, you're gonna hate me even more for that. If Arnold was a classical composer, he would be Bach.
Wow. No. Levi, if Arnold was in the adult film industry, he'd be Arnold Swollenpecker.
Arg.
That's way worse. No, that absolutely fucking killer. But we got to see Cognitive too. Cognitive was awesome.
How's it going,
Hey, what's up, man?
Hello, man. It's the first time being on the show. It's nice to see you.
Nick probably wants to kill me right now. I know, but
It's a bad joke. It's a bad joke, man. You're
Yeah,
really
I would like the Arnold Schwarzenegger. That was hilarious. I was hoping that Levi wasn't thinking of something I was thinking, which is, I think, worse than that, actually, because that at least was funny. But the recent news I just found out about, furthering the whole situation as I die, now the drummer from the Arnold band is
That's
fucking
what I was going to say.
Yep.
That's what I was going to say.
and
I
ironic,
it was the same reason.
Jason, you had to do this.
I mean, I still
guess
like
as a, like,
I'll show Death Machine at this point because at least they're funnier.
Well, I mean,
remind us of
even
good
that new
things.
album was terrible. But
depending on how many fucking like
That's also part of it, from what I've heard. So
yeah.
Yeah. Either way, you don't really win because it's him, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, that new album was fucking garbage. Like it was the same.
I believe you.
And
The vocals sounded like shit. Like honestly,
Dude,
At this point, you're better off just listening to New Bullet. That would sound better than this.
I mean, honestly, I brought up this isn't like a dig against 2005's metalcore. Dude, give me fucking like Unearth all fucking day. I'll jam that shit all the time.
Oh, or even like August Burns Red at this point too, because both those albums from last year were fucking amazing.
Yeah, and
or hell,
even
Kill
like
Switch.
attempted
I'll take
murderer
Kill Switch.
free.
Oh
yeah.
I don't know if I doubt you can see it because the light reflecting on it, but
Chino?
let me see if that can. Oh, you can. Okay. Yeah.
Chino.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got this there's a kind of a weird story to it. I got this from the guy who did the photos is Rocked, Luke Spencer of Rocked. I got won it through Patreon. I tried to do a video to kind of see if I could kind of boost myself up in the process, and then all that other stuff. And then something happened that involved me having to take a video down and him having to completely change his Patreon thing with the photos. Lesson learned on both accounts. But other than that, I don't regret having this. It's one of the few times I won something, and I'm a fucking, aside from not having the newest album yet in my collection, Ohms, Deftones is the only band that's not let me down since childhood. So
Gore was kind of I don't know. It's not a bad album. It's just, I don't know. It's uneven.
Ohms?
No, Gore. I liked Ohms. Ohms was.
Oh, yeah, Gore. I mean, yeah, I have Gore, but I mean, yeah, Ohms was definitely better for sure. It's almost like ever since like White Pony, every like 10 years from that point, 10 to 20 years from that point forward, they seem to make a really damn good album. Like Diamond Eyes happened 10 years later, and then Ohms.
Diamond Eyes is one of my favorites. I love that album.
Yes, it's up there for me as well. I was even more surprised that Kono Yokin was as good a follow up as it was.
Yeah, a little bit more moody, but I dug it. I mean,
I think, and funny enough, that was what made me finally go back to White Pony, because I was one of those kids that unfortunately didn't get White Pony and was in that stupid phase with their 90s stuff. And I'm glad I grew up out of that and grew in more with Deftones in that regard. So, and looking forward to when they finally release something new. I might be looking forward to that project Carpenter's doing on the side. Was it Soul Invicto? Maybe.
I think it's the name of it. That dude's a bit of an odd bird with the whole flat Earth.
Yeah, he doesn't like. He's not a. Well, yeah, that part is odd. Was one that kind of made me head scratch a bit. Well, I'm sure he does. Who doesn't from California? But
I don't know. He smoked enough to make himself think, what? Planet's flat. It's like, dude, put the fucking pipe down.
Yeah.
Or get some better, or you can find some better weed legally, dude. I mean,
like try a different strain.
Yes,
you're rotting the important brain cells.
Yes, let's just hope they don't feed into what's already working.
Right.
Fingers crossed.
Oh.
And so far, that
This is a
seems like that's not the case. So let's keep it that way.
yeah.
But it's Chino that's most consistent in
Yeah.
terms of that and other projects. In fact, I'm more surprised he managed to finally have a project that had more than a side project that had more than one record with crosses, and it actually turned out better than I even expected.
Well, I dug crosses. Oh man.
Yeah.
90. Ooh.
I'd say I'd probably go Slayer.
I mean,
I can
guess
only go
mean-
Slayer because I'm not as familiar with Sodom as I should be.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Oh man.
Like,
I think Divine Intervention's really underrated.
Like for me, I'm still more
like
in
that
like traditional metal, power, alternative, and like more sludge and stoner than I would say. But I still like thrash and groove a bit, but I'm not as familiar with those as I am what I've said. And I'm in the same camp as like John is and in how it is with black metal, and I'm
Mhm.
adjusting and sometimes death metal to a degree, but I'm still like adjusting with
I
that
like
as well.
broken
But
all sorts of wild
How to
shit.
fit more than 10 photos.
If I had to pick between the two, honestly, shockingly, I'm going to say Sodom.
Well, I wanna
Because,
see-
like with Slayer, it's only Seasons in the Abyss in the early 90s, whereas Sodom, Better Off Dead and Tapping the Vein.
Oh, no,
So
Code
you
Red.
2 against 1.
Code Red was 99 too, and Code Red's a beast.
Well, he's saying early 90s.
Or early 90s, so
Early
like right
90s,
before,
yes.
like
Right
nothing
before
past
Get What You
95.
Deserve.
All right, Get What
right
You
before.
Deserve sucks. I don't like that album.
I like it. It's just basically German Motorhead.
Yeah, so was Masquerade and Blood. I wasn't a fan of that one either.
Masquerade and Blood's okay at best, average at worst.
Yeah, Tapping the Veins, one of my personal favorites. Oh,
It was my number 2.
I have that 94 live album Marooned too. So I might actually go Sodom because I don't want to listen to Diablos. Well, that's till in the late 90s, I guess. But yeah, like, I like Divine Intervention. It's got some absolutely killer songs, but you also got to include the fucking punk cover album, which is
not good.
And then when it comes to late 90s, Sodom buries the shit out of Slayer because of Code Red over Diabolos.
Oh, yeah, dude. Fucking Diablos is, nah.
There's some points on Diablos where he sounds like Serge Tankian, almost.
Yeah, dude, like just hearing the riff on Stain of Mine was like, dude, why? Why this? Why? I mean, I know why, but why?
God Hates Us All was a lot better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the fact that they stripped out like almost the end on that. Just beef up the bass just enough so we can kind of fill out the sound. But that album has some fucking absolute bangers on it.
Payback is just like classic Slayer. There's a thing I noticed on God Hates Us All, like a lot of the songs, almost all the songs, start with a riff, like in the left channel or the right channel. It's just kind of a weird thing I picked up on.
Shit, maybe it does.
By proxy, it's going to have to be Wolverine Blues for me.
Yeah.
I've yet to hear anything from Dismember. That'll eventually happen at some point. I don't know when, but.
Wolverine Blues. I've been a fan of that album for years. Like, that was one of the first Entombed albums I ever picked up.
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if Mastodon was influenced by them, like early Mastodon. Like that record specifically, in a way.
I mean, when I listen to Dismember, like, I kind of skip over Massive Killing Capacity for the most part. Like, I mean, it's the earlier stuff and then some of the later stuff, like Where Iron Crosses Grow, which I think is really fucking underrated. But yeah, Wolverine Blues. It's a fun album.
Yeah. And I'm going to disagree right there, Jason, because Uprising and Morningstar are awesome.
Yep. Dude, I like
I didn't give them a shot yet.
Back to the Front, or Back to the Front Lines, or
Back to the Front, yeah.
Yeah,
I like Bowels of Earth. I liked Bowels of Earth the most out of the AD stuff.
Yeah, I mean the '80s stuff. I'm not counting as a separate band. It was fucking Entombed.
Right.
But yeah, dude, I love Uprising. Uprising's dirty, fucking crusty. It sounds rotten. It's pissed off. It's great fucking riffs on it.
And Morningstar, Chief Rebel Angel. My God, that riff.
Oh, dude. There's a couple other songs on that one too that I really love. Why can't I think of them?
What was it? Year One Now.
Year One Now fucking rules. Eye for an Eye. Ensemble of the Restless.
About to Die. Yeah, there was some really good ones on Morningstar.
Fractures. I love Fractures.
This one, huh?
I'd probably take
Strange
Highways.
Highways.
Yeah,
Strange
Highways.
Highways.
Osmosis, like, all right, I love Perry Mason, dude. That song fucking rips. And See on the Other Side's a good song too. Thunder Underground. But Strange Highways, I think, is consistent through the album. Like, it's just a damn good album.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know this is Ozzy stuff, so solo stuff, but I need to deep dive a little bit better into this solo shit. I'll say that much. I'm still working on getting through Black Sabbath's full catalog, and I will tell you, I'm with agreement with you, Nick, on Masters of Reality. Fuck yes.
Goated.
Goated. I would almost give it to Paranoia if only they knew how in the hell to properly master freaking
Born Again?
No, I'm talking about with Paranoid. There's this particular. Why am I blanking on the name of this? It's bothering me. Because I know Pantera did a better version of it.
Planet Caravan.
Planet Caravan.
Thank you.
I like it. I think
that's the thing. I want it if they had a version. I know there's something good that was there, but the way it was executed through that production is clear that they only knew how to do the heavier sounding stuff and not the softer, cleaner moments, because those don't pop out. At least on that record. But it does. But they found a way to work better on it with. I think I'm trying to remember the penultimate because I still, I'm trying to read. I haven't I can't say I fully got to the point of memorizing everything that I haven't already known from like a best of set in the past when I could only afford to do that shit. It's one of the. I think it's the penultimate track, and it's kind of similar to Planet Caravan. That's on Masters of Reality.
Solitude?
Yeah, Solitude, yeah.
Solitude.
It might have been Solitude. But if they did it like that, I might have even liked. I may or may not have liked Paranoid more, but
I mean,
Paranoid is fine with that. But
I've heard so many damn times. Like, I don't. It's one of those albums like I don't ever need to hear it again. Not that I would turn it off if someone was playing it, but I never need to hear it again because I know every single fucking second of it. Almost the same thing with Volume 4.
Like Tools I've mostly reached that point with Tools Lateralus for me.
Yeah, same. I know every same thing with Anima too.
And some albums most people wouldn't like. Like, I don't know, a certain band that apparently somewhat made a comeback that most people don't know of or care for. That's not really technically metal per se, and I've been crossfade, but I know. But
they made a comeback. I remember seeing them pop up in posts. Like, who the fuck is talking about this band again?
They're playing that song.
Apparently, Roxy is. He's the one that pushed it. That's the funny thing. I don't know. If anything, maybe I should be like, fuck it. I'll re-listen to the first record. Fuck it. And I even did a review on that one too, because that was like one of my gateways to that record. I'm probably one of the few people who would probably say they're better on Nickelback than Nickelback in places, or at least they have a more consistent thing, even though they're not as big a discography as.
I mean, I have those CrossFit albums. I bought them when they came out. I thought they were like, well, that Cold song's catchy, and then I listened to the rest of the album and was like, well, that Cold song's catchy. Then I just like I
was-
found the second one for like super cheap. I was like, well, yeah, let's see if they got any better. And then I was like, nah, this is the same album. No, it's not. It's different, but it's kind of the same album. I don't know. I just I wasn't like I tried a lot.
I would
Of, like,
put the first one, the last one they did, which don't know why I'm blanking on that one. I have it somewhere. We All Bleed, and then I would probably put that second one as their worst. So that's just me, I guess.
yeah, I mean, you love what you love.
Yeah. Oh, that's also one of my go-tos is actually the one album you recently kind of even said earlier in this chat that I even talked about was Boy and Goo, actually.
Oh yeah, Goo Goo Dolls.
Don't get me wrong, though. You have convinced me one thing that I haven't done yet, and that's check out everything pre-Superstar Car Wash. I still need to do that.
Yeah, I mean,
But I'm
honestly, it's
interested.
like decent punk, like kind of borders on crossover. I like the earlier stuff. Like, I mean, it sounded like shit I would listen to, and then the goo really got out, and it really shouldn't have.
Well, I think it got the work. Honestly, in that context, from Boy and Goo upward, the stopping point should be Gutterfly. Because anything after that, they stopped actually being even a rock band by that point. And even to the point where the bassist that was technically the frontman from those earlier days and during that time frame, none of his stuff rocked the fuck out. The moment I heard the first track with him and I heard his voice, and I was like, this don't fucking work. What the fuck is going on? It's like, I was like, if they don't get... Because at least like he kind of pulled some pop punky kind of shit on like Gutterflower, and it worked for even his voice. So if you kind of had an idea of that in like Boy Named Goo, you could see how it would have worked on that at least, because that was, I think, them kind of finding a balance between going back to that Superstar Car Wash and Boy Named Goo sound that was more at least kind of still rocking at least. And then while still kind of going even further into that pop direction they already kind of were doing on Dizzy Up the Girl, which I didn't care for, but I started to adjust to, but I still don't like as much as the album prior and after.
Most of that stuff was stuff my sister was playing in her room, and I was like, God, no. And then I would just go back to like, like Pantera and shit like that.
Yeah, Pantera's like up there with me too. I mean, at least I have all the good albums. But.
Pantera and Sepultura were like the big gateways. Megadeth.
Yeah, they were definitely one for sure. Them, Tool. I kind of sort of Helmet, but I started with the best of on that, and then eventually I bought everything up to Aftertaste, or at least I listened to everything up to Aftertaste.
You can stop.
And then I kind of checked out. Yeah, but I kind of did check out the album afterwards, and I thought it was a better version of Aftertaste than Aftertaste for some reason.
Life Matters. That one's all right.
Yeah.
I like Crash.
And the recent one you guys covered is one I checked out, and I didn't mind that. And I do agree about the last track being all jazzy, and it reminded me of the stuff from Betty.
It was a jazz cover, actually. We found out because a lot of people don't know that Page Hamilton is actually a jazz guitarist, and he was like very, very well adept at that. And then he started getting into like the underground like hardcore scene and shit like that. And as he put it, like, yeah, I just kind of got more and more into this music and continued to disappoint my teachers who spent all that time teaching me really intricate stuff. And I just wanted to play like primal, heavy, simple shit. And yeah,
I always felt like he was like influenced. I felt like it was a combination. Since it was from New York, I kind of figured it was an influence of both the thrash, the hardcore, and the no-wave scenes that were going on at the time.
Yeah.
And that definitely shows in the music, for sure.
Yeah.
Because no-wave was definitely jazz-oriented.
Oh, yeah. No, he really didn't throw any of the jazz stuff in there. Like, all the solos were chaotic and atonal. just noisy and shit. He just wanted to write just like heavy pummeling music. I mean, like Meantime is one of my favorite albums
Fuck
possibly
yes,
ever.
that's another one that I don't have to listen to as much because it's on repeat, but I still do anyways.
Oh, that's a central '90s heavy music listing. Like,
yes,
yeah.
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Oh, dude,
I will
Ironhead.
die on that hill with it as you as well. Yes, FBLA 2. I can't. Is like the track for me on there. Like,
I mean, In the Meantime, the opening track, dude.
I wish that one was a single too, but it wasn't.
Dude, the drum sound on that too, like John Steiner's fucking drums, it sound like he is trying to snare through the center of the fucking earth.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's been able to properly produce it that way, even despite Hamilton's own way with whoever he would try to get after. But
was that Albini that did that one?
I think so.
No,
yeah.
I think it was Wallace.
Andy Wallace, it might have been.
Well, Albini did, I think, the production on In the Meantime, the song, I think. And
yeah, that's right.
Hold on here, let's see.
This is actually a tough
one.
one.
He did engineering on In the Meantime, and then Wharton Tears, and then Andy Wallace did the mix overall, which, I mean, yeah, that's a solid fucking dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nightfall, and, Psalm 9.
Speaking of Albini, anybody heard that last record from his band that he did? Also, the recent Jesus Lizard, because he used to produce for them. Anyway.
Watch the collection update tomorrow. I cover the new Jesus Lizard. Actually, that was the first Jesus Lizard I ever picked up. I've been meaning to actually check out more of that band.
Yeah, I went through a discography run on them, and I will tell you, whatever you heard on that record, if you liked I liked it because it's exactly what I was hoping for by the time I got to that record, which was the perfect balance of what worked about Shot and what worked about the best record in the Albini category, I believe, is Goat. So those are like the albums that are.
That's
even though I like all and I'm one of the people that will probably don't hate the album after that, Blue, where they kind of go into weirder territories, but they kind of almost pull off some kind of garbage, like the band garbage kind of shit, and it kind of works, or at least doesn't sound like ass compared to some other bands that may have tried to do that. But that's
when it comes to the noise rock stuff, like the biggest band that I got into throughout there was Unsane. Like I still listen to a ton of Unsane.
I don't know more than Scrape, but I still be willing to try it anyways. Give them a shot. They would come up with new shit. Yeah, Scrape was awesome. And the video was hilarious. It was awesomely hilarious and points because of just yes. Seen that a bunch of times through like fucking Steven's Tower Rock show for Fuse or whatever. They played a lot.
I think I saw it in 120 minutes fucking forever ago. That dates me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unsane's kind of my go-to fucking noise rock band. I mean, but yeah, Unsane. I almost think I have like the entire fucking discography now.
Between Candlemass, Nightfall, or Trouble Psalm 9, probably go Nightfall.
I'd go Nightfall. Nightfall's fucking. I mean, in terms of Messiah albums,
probably
that's probably my favorite.
Yeah. Now, if it was Nightfall up against the Skull,
the Skull's fucking. That might be my favorite Trouble album. I don't know. Self-titled Trouble albums are fucking really good too.
And Justice for All.
Yeah. And Justice for
All. I love So Far, So Good, So What, but I mean, and Justice.
Yeah, and Justice.
Their proggy album, if you want to say.
Yeah.
I don't know if I call it proggy. Lars can't drum Prog.
Lars did all of the songs in one take.
I believe it, dude. Wait, is that the same
Yeah.
lazy ass fucking fill you used in the last song? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, cool. Nailed it first try. Great.
This one's
Ooh.
tough. Vader or Dismember?
I would probably take Vader.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
Dismember, but
Mhm.
Vader's discography is pretty fucking consistent.
Also, there's this very bad Vader joke that I heard.
Oh god.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Come on. Josh.
I've corrupted Josh.
What have you
Yes.
done, Levi? What have you done?
So why was Igni scared of Tibby? Because Tibby ate Igni.
See, even you couldn't do it. You tried to head yourself
I
off
couldn't
there.
keep a straight face now.
Shame on you.
Yeah.
Oh. No, I'd still go Vader though. Despite Josh's attempt to ruin that for me, I'm still going Vader. And that album is honestly probably one of my favorites.
Yeah. They did a really good cover of Fight Fire with Fire.
Fuck yes, they did. Dude, that cover fucking rips.
Man, there's quite a few Vader covers that I really liked. I actually really liked their version of Fear of Napalm. They just sped it up.
I mean,
Which
Vader
I'm
plays
like,
at Vader
holy
speed.
crap.
You
Yeah.
either keep up or die. And I'm eager to hear the next one because the last one was fucking insane. I mean, I was expecting all right, it's gonna be fast, but holy shit, man, there was like a no breaks run on that album. I think it was only like 34 minutes or some shit, but it kept the most ridiculous pace throughout. And now that drummer is the drummer of Decapitated.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, did you see that Decapitated tour?
And Sermon. Oh, the Decapitated tour. I
Doing
feel
all
like
of
I
Nordy?
have seen it, but I haven't
With
paid that much
Incantation.
attention.
Doing all of Immortal Throne of Nazarene.
Yeah.
Or Mortal Throne of Nazarene, my bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hitting up a club in Cleveland or Lakewood that I've never been to. But I think I got to go see that shit.
Yeah. I wish they would play all of Winds of Creation. That would be fun. See them play Eye of Horus live, because that's my favorite Decapitated song.
The first Decapitated album I ever got was Organic Hallucinosis, and that one's kind of got a special place in my heart just for the ridiculously tight syncopation and like kind of like early Meshuggah like grooves and shit in there. God, dude, Day 69 was the first Decapitated song I heard. It was like, fuck me, dude. This song's fucking heavy. Holy
I think the first song I heard was Spheres of Madness.
I mean, like in hindsight, that might have been, but I didn't know it was because I know, like, I just heard samples of it and everyone, it's the breakdown. Did it, yeah.
Yeah.
When they played that, when I saw them on this last tour with Septic Flesh, dude, the whole place just went fucking nuts.
And then also Decapitated doing my favorite Slayer cover of all time when I covered Mandatory Suicide on Winds of Creation.
Damn good cover.
Mm-hmm.
And this will be them introducing their new singer too for a full tour because he was just doing. Well, I mean, he was going to do festival dates with As They Lay Dying, but something happened.
Apparently, he's got shows scheduled for next year. I don't know
Well,
what's going to happen.
Well, he got
I just saw. I didn't know Decapitated got a new vocalist.
Yeah.
Huh.
I get
Yeah,
maybe Tim will just
Emily
go out on
Bode
stage by himself with backing tracks or something.
Well, he's got some new hires.
They're going to leave in like 2 days or whatever.
Hey man, as long as the check clears.
Yeah, I mean, Rasta was solid for Decapitated, but again, apart from the last album, I just couldn't get into that era.
Yeah.
Apart from Cancer Culture, I wasn't the biggest fan of like Carnival is Forever, Blood Mantra, or Anti-Cult. I was thinking
Carnival is all right. those next two weren't. I mean, they had their moments, but Cancer Culture is easily the best of that era.
Yeah, it felt like a kind of a return to form back to the tech death style at times. Then again, I mean, hell, that last track, Last Supper, kind of gave me Behemoth vibes with how aggressive it was.
The one with Rob Flynn on it, fuck. Dude.
Iconoclast.
Yeah, dude, that rapid fire fucking just fucking razor sharp machine gun fucking riffing.
Yeah.
Like that's throw a chair mode.
Yeah. Or hell, even the song with Tatiana from Ginger, Hello Death. That was a really good one. I think my favorite out of the album was the title track.
That opening track fucking well, all right, not the opening track, but yeah.
After the intro.
Yeah, the title track, yeah. Just I like Boggs' riff style. He's just got like I don't know, interesting, like weird angular riffs, but man, he just knows how to bring a fucking chug.
Mm-hmm. And I just saw this too, James Stewart, the drummer. I mean, I'm looking at the litany of bands he is in. He is in Anal Stench, Berserker Legion, Bloodshot Dawn, Decapitated, Denied Urge, Distruster, Obscura. He's now in Obscura. Sermon, and Written in Waters.
Huh. Wait, I thought Obscura just had a new drummer? Because he was the one that replaced another guy that drums for everyone.
Sebastian Lancer.
No, Hans Grossman.
Well, Sebastian was the one who replaced Hannes.
Yeah.
And then
there was another. There was another dude after
David DePold.
Yep, there he is.
DePold was the one.
He was on the last album. He was good. He did a good job.
He was good. But I think this might be an upgrade having James in, especially with the new single coming out this week and the new album coming out in February, which, yes, because I really liked that last one.
The last one was good. I mean,
and actually, yeah, Cosmic Genesis. And I see that I'm actually looking up the notes for the new Obscura. Frederick Nordstrom back as producer like the last one. So you know it's going to sound nice.
Yeah. I know. We'll see if they're all working together well again. I know, because it seemed like after that last one, things kind of just disintegrated again for a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they all have like their own fucking projects. Like it's practically a super group when you consider the amount of bands that all of them are in. I mean, most of them went and did Alkaloid,
Obsidious.
Yeah.
And then Christian Motzner also in Eternity's Ends.
Fulcandra.
Fulcandra, yep. But at least when it came down to with like Christian Motzner, it didn't seem like it was on bad terms. It's just like, hey, I got all these other bands. Maybe we'll play again someday, Stefan.
When I'm not busy, which is never.
All the time. But yeah, I can't wait for new Obscura. It's
next year's already got some stuff lined up that should be, pretty interesting.
I think right off the bat, the most anticipated album for me coming out at least in the first few months, Dream Theater, for the simple fact Portnoy's back, and you can definitely tell with Portnoy back, songwriting is going to get stepped up a notch.
I don't know. I really wasn't super impressed with the new song. Like it was good.
I haven't listened to it yet, so.
Oh, I mean, it's.
I have. I can definitely tell. I've listened to even their last record, and yeah, I can tell. And I didn't even notice, like, with that before even that record, the Petrucci solo album, Terminal Velocity, where Portnoy did drums with him, and then the Liquid Tension Experiment 3 album.
Like teasing that Mike would be back, yeah.
Yeah, and then those records you could tell compared even to the newer one, even though I do kind of think that one is I felt was better than the last one, and maybe definitely better than the one before that, but it still wasn't hitting. You can tell it wasn't hitting as well on all cylinders in the way that it seemed Petrucci and Portnoy wore on those other projects. And I'm glad some of that's rubbing off back into here. So, and I'm hoping this is at least better than what Portnoy left off with, because I think of the Prime era, which is from Sing from Memory up until the last Portnoy
Black
album.
Cloud, Silver Linings.
Yeah, Black Cloud Silver Linings, I think, was the worst of that era.
James Bray needs to retire. What? Who said that?
I
Disagree,
saw
but
I
it's
saw a really fucked up comment. It was that concert where like Mike's sister died like a couple hours before they went on, and a comment said like he was crying because of James's voice. It's like, yeah, it's a little too.
Dear Lord.
If like, all right, and I've seen some of the live performances, you know, and I mean, if you ask, you know, Jeff, he saw him on, you know, a tour like a few years ago. It's like, dude, fucking LeBray's voice is bombed the fuck out.
It's like Spirit carries on, and Metropolis, like the live videos, they sounded pretty rough.
Yeah. You know, you can only fix so much in the studio. Like, all right, let's just usher him out on stage, and hopefully we can cover this as best we can.
Yeah.
I don't know. Part of me wants James to stay just for the simple fact he fucking cracks me up in like behind the scenes stuff and interviews. He is such a comedian. Like when they were doing the making of Systematic Chaos, when they were like it was like Portnoy and Petrucci were recording James doing vocal takes for I can't remember the song, but yeah, they were like, this is the 5th take he is doing on this one line that he's trying to nail, or something like that. And James is like, yeah, thanks, guys. You got any other compliments?
Quit sucking. What?
But I was gonna say, but the big reason why, again, that I'm looking forward to it is, yeah, Portnoy back, and you could definitely tell that the songwriting on the albums when Portnoy was gone was missing something, because you know it was always he and Petrucci in a tandem, and then it basically was just all thrust upon Petrucci to write pretty much everything. Which, apart from the Astonishing, the albums were good during the Mike Mangini era, but again, songwriting was missing a little bit of extra oomph. And I think with Portnoy back, I think this might be the best. I predict it will be the best work they've done since Systematic Chaos. But
we'll see. I mean, in terms of the Mangini stuff, I mean, honestly, I like the self-titled. I thought the self-titled was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that final track, Illumination Theory, like, holy crap, that song was all over the map.
My thing is, like, I don't know, like, I feel like they hit their stride as far as like creativity in terms of the songs. Like, what we're gonna get is it's gonna be a Dream Theater album. Like, you know, lots of leads, lots of trade-offs. Jordan Rudess is gonna like do an entire Disney score in one song. And you know, like, Portnoy is gonna be a beast behind the kit because that's what he fucking does. He'll add probably some like more gravelly vocals every now and then too to you know, add some vocal heft to it. Like, I mean, I almost can kind of see like the map of this album in my head. And you know what? I mean, it will probably deliver on a lot of things the Dream Theater fans want, but I have a feeling that it'll also still end up addressing complaints people have about Dream Theater in general, and that might be some of the fans too. Like, I don't know. I mean, I won't know until I actually listen to it, but I mean, it'll be a fun one to go over for sure, unless it fucking drags and it's like, God damn it, this album's like 2 years long. to which, you know, I'll probably like make some jokes like, well, I shaved in between, like at the halfway point of this album, and this beard grew back listening to the second half of the fucking album, because Petrucci can't, you know, do a solo under fucking 30 minutes apparently. Like, his fingers should have fallen off. He's not human. We get it,
right?
But I don't know. Like, I'm curious. I'll see. You know, I mean, I'm going to be objective as always.
And then plus also, I've been loving Mike Portnoy even more than I already have recently because I saw like he was praising the fuck out of the new Blood Incantation himself, saying like if he did an album of the year list, that would be his number one.
Wasn't he fucking praising Sleep Token though, like last year?
That I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure he did.
I don't remember.
Or it might have been his son, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I remember it was I'm pretty sure it was him, and I was like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Don't do that.
Yep.
You're gonna enable him.
Yep. Damn.
Yeah, quick internet search, and that was it.
The only good thing about Sleep Token is that video of somebody farting
Dude,
during.
that is, dude. I went back and watched that.
Yes, I even made the comment in that one.
Dude, I went back and watched it after we brought it up again. I was like, dude, it's like the mustiest fucking fart. I fucking love it. You can still hear people going,
it's juicy too.
Oh man,
I would have done it too. Like in that quiet moment, I was like, I'm gonna fucking bust ass right here. Fuck.
What's the Henkel? Oh my god, it's so juicy.
I probably would have yelled too. Like, I didn't buy a shirt either. I got in it for free. I know someone.
oh man,
Dude, people are fucking now people are back to fucking shitting on them because I guess they're like one of the headliners at fucking Download or whatever.
Download festivals falling off. So
I don't
hard.
want to sound like an elitist, but I just don't know how people think that shit is metal.
I mean, it has metal elements. I'll give it that.
It does, but like it's not.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: like,
entirely
hard rock.
metal.
their fan base will argue either way.
I almost would have been like, okay, it's kind of good, and then fucking, do you wish that you loved me happened? I mean, it was so fucking bad, and then no matter what they did afterwards, they could not recover on that record.
I just
That was
hate,
You've
like,
got like peanut butter on the roof.
that was my point where I was like, because it baffled me because you just 2 songs earlier actually had me in fucking tears, and then you do this shit. It's such a mind fuck. I didn't understand it.
But yeah, the thing with the fans, because when they got like a little pissy with my review, I don't care. It was a lot of fun. But they'll argue.
Girl, you go, girl.
They fucking argued both that like they're a metal band, it's like the future of metal, or they're not a metal band. It's like, dude, fucking pick one. Get unified in your fucking front, you fucking teenage chud.
Yeah. They're metal. Like listen to fucking Effigy the Forgotten, then try to tell me that Sleep Token is metal.
Or even like listen to like maybe the metalcore bands that they fucking emulated when they were in their other bands, before. Like this. I suppose you could argue it's metal, but at the same time, you guys don't want to argue it's metal because, like, no, it's beyond that. It's transcendent. I heard that fucking word so many fucking times. It's like, dude, shut up. You don't even know what that word means, and the only reason you spelled it right is because of fucking autocorrect.
Yeah, exactly.
So, the whole thing, like, we don't want to be metal, but we also want to be metal. And fuck metalheads, but also metalheads should embrace this band because it's the future. Like, dude, I don't
Dylan tells the Transcendence literally lives up to its name. I'm like that shit.
Like, hey, more power to fucking people that like it. I wanted to give it a chance just because of the fucking hype around it, and I listened to it, and I am fucking mystified as to why people will listen to it. Like, dude, this is fuckboy music with fucking breakdowns.
I mean,
I've heard better. If I want the fuckboy shit, the best, like I said, I'm pretty sure I brought that up. Listen,
Chino's been singing like he's trying to fuck your girlfriend for fucking years. This dude, he doesn't quite get it. Mainly because he can't enunciate a fucking word because it's all
it's the fucking accent annoys the shit out of me. That's
And like the weird whatever mythos around them is like, oh, they worship like an insect god. It's like, no, man, they look like a collection of dumb anime villains.
So I found out through a friend stream from someone who actually knows who the actually is Vessel. That Vessel is actually was never like a. Of course, never was actually Nelson. He was actually a folk singer.
I can't imagine
before
him
all
doing
that.
that either. I know they had ties to like an English, like a UK metalcore act. I can't remember which one. I think I might have said it in the review. I didn't care. But yeah, like you can tell that some of their roots are still in metal. But yeah, that dude, like I get what he's trying to do, but it sounds like a parody of like R&B. Like he's just kind of like lampooning it. And I don't know if I said that in the review. I might have. I don't know. Everything I said pissed off their fucking fan base. And like Wheels of Mercury fucking, warned me. Is like, dude, you don't want to fucking kick this hornet's nest. Like, fuck them. I do.
They're basically trying to be Deftones, but by way of like Mushroom Head aesthetic. Not even so much even that because at least Mushroom Head attempts to try to sound like a band that was once good, even though that band is better than them.
They keep firing and members killing each other. Yeah. I don't know. I don't get it. Like it's the TikTok generation, because
they just. I'm surprised that generation even like boosted back the Deftones profile like it even needed it to begin with.
This is a generation that really doesn't listen to like full albums, I would say too. Like they're all about like, I like this one song, and that explains a lot of the transitions in the music. Like it's like, yeah, these are sampled fucking nuggets of songs that they kind of stitched together. There's not like songwriting craft in any of this. Like it's just. You boil it down to like 35 to 60-second intervals of one kind of thing just because someone will fucking shake their ass to it on fucking TikTok. Okay, cool, but don't try to like pass off as transcendent. I don't ever want to fucking hear that word again from that fan base.
Yeah.
Unless I say, listen, you have to post the definition for it and then use it in a sentence. And the sentence can't involve the words sleep or token. All right, I gotta piss real quick. And I'm gonna grab a smoke. Be right back.
All right. Yeah, do that. Let's see. Well, thanks for having me on. Also, let's see. Other than that stuff, I'm looking forward to the new Opeth. When that comes out, I'm still I have yet to even fully binge on the rest of the stuff. On that record, I'm like right now still in the middle of Still Life. So with that one, I don't know if I'll get to the full rest of it by the point that the new album comes out anyway. But it's just fine, I guess.
Unless you just take days off of work just to dedicate yourself to listening to albums all fucking day.
I don't know. I can do that. I don't know if I can even do that right now, really. Yeah, I'm still figuring out with my current situation with my job. I can't. I already just figured out something about forming a LinkedIn, so I can find a new one. I already worked on a resume over the weekend with a lawyer friend of mine, or at least a friend who works as a lawyer. He's not my lawyer, but yeah, and we wound up going to shooting range or whatever. It was interesting to do that around opening weekend for hunting around this area here in Missouri. I just haven't been for like deer hunting is like a big thing around where I live at. So, and I live in the southern Missouri area, like literally like it was part of the South. The area I'm at is kind of technically part of the South during the freaking Civil War. Like it was a dual state, I think, during that time frame. And my town I live in is still the oldest known city in all of Missouri, and is a very historical based one, and it's pretty conservative mostly around there, especially with its being kind of sort of tourist attractive and then I think some guy tried to, at least within the outskirts of the actual town, try to build up some stuff here and there, make it kind of like some of the more neighboring towns that have a little bit more city life to it, or at least a balance of the two, of that and rural. But so, and I'm dealing. But anyways, and we were shooting off some nice looking guns too. I don't know if I can. I mean, I guess since it was lit illegal shooting range, and there's others that do. Some of them had like, I didn't bring mine. I left some. I didn't have time to at the time, so. But yeah, but I'll tell you, it's like I mean, I'm just glad this open voting thing is over. I'll tell you, I just wanted to secure my vote and make sure I bitched that no matter who would have went in, I had no reason to bitch. I voted. You can't bitch at me for bitching because I can bitch now. Not doing that.
I was trying to remember something else.
Okay.
Damn it. What was it? Oh yeah, I was going back to the Mike Portnoy thing. Like, I was just on my phone one day at work, and I came across this article about Mike Portnoy says Blue Blood Incantation album of the year, and I'm thinking, wait a second. So I read the whole thing, and I kind of like how he described it. He's like, it combines the brutality of Opeth with the beauty of Pink Floyd. It's like, there's only tiny Opeth moments on there. It's like, if anything, it's basically Morbid Angel meets Tangerine Dream.
I'd say it's more closer to what was going on last. I feel like this record did what I got from Tomb Mold and Horrendous. So his works from last year, like a nice little amalgamation of it. But I wouldn't say it hits me the way that either of those records did, unfortunately. But for what they do and given their previous stuff and what little I know on them, this was definitely a great starting point for me, for sure. Weirdly, I'm probably going to have a hot take here, but I'm still having a hard time finding something that's going to beat this album out for me.
Huh. Yeah, I still need to work on my list.
Speaking of that's the only good thing album Steve Sleep took, and anything they at least know how to find good opening acts for them, and this band was one of them. Also, funny enough, before that was the one band that members of Biffy Clyro did a heavier, more metal record with like. Why am I blanking? Because I hate when I blank on big name drummers too. Especially since he was with Slayer, Dead Cross.
Dave Lombardo.
And even the rest of Mr. Bug. Thank you. I hate when that happens. If I was more of a, I'll admit I'm more Metallica than Slayer, so that probably might be part of it. And I need to deep dive into Slayer. Sorry, but I still respect the Slayer and sometimes feel like the need for Slayer. But anyway,
yeah.
But yes, that band was like one of the openers for Six Hundred prior to the Bill Murray or whatever. And this, I don't know about the recent deluxe edition version they did and how they arranged that. I like the tracks on other tracks, but I feel like the way they had it arranged originally on the original version of American Motorsports was pretty good for what it is. Even though I understand it's essentially issues with a little more country twang to it, it's just like hit me at this right crossroads of where I wanted something that sounded that's that whole country core craze, but this is actually good and it's not fucking hardy. And you can tell it's better because they both have a similar artist feature, and Bill Murray's is the better of those two. They both have a feature with the artist Knox or whatever, and Bill Murray knows what he's doing with his features. And I think he's how I even got into Mitchell Tenpenny, who did a collab with Under Oath that's actually not bad. I wouldn't say it's the best thing of the collabs Under Oath's done, but it's still, for that, it was pretty solid, even if they were underutilized. But it works, and it sounds similar to what I got out of this record in a good way. But I just, it's just super catchy, and I love his videos. Are hilariously low budget as shit, and it just pokes fun at America. Fuck yeah, and I love it for it. Also, who can say no to that doggo? Who can say no to? Hold on. Who can say no to that doggo? Who can say no to that doggo?
Damn dog.
Yes.
Dog.
Yeah, that's my excuse on that too. But yeah, the new Huntsman, and the new Jack White surprisingly was one of the better surprise releases this year.
New
That's
Huntsman's awesome.
at least the best. That's not metal, so. But yeah. Yeah, I'll just talk about a certain band that wound up happening open for Sick Token that I've told you guys about that you don't never.
American Motorsport.
Yeah, from Bill Murray, which is essentially Johnny Frank from that used to be in Attack Attack.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I know. I remember the crackcore stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I only saw like one band that kind of did that. Oh God. It was a show at the Majestic, and I think it was, I don't know, whoever, it was a local band that opened up for like the Haunted and Napalm Death. And yeah, they did like synchronized fucking guitar humping. I was like, dude, I can almost hear their balls thwacking on the back of the fucking body.
Wow.
Dude, like we were ragging on them pretty fucking hard. Oh, we got pretty fucking drunk at that show. Like we were doing fucking Stoli bombs the entire time. So yeah, like not only were we drunk.
I don't even know what a Stoli bomb is.
Oh, dude, it's
I haven't lived, I guess.
Stoli's vodka. I think it was like flavored vodka, like raspberry and fucking Red Bull. So cacao, cacao.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we're like, I'm wired. I'm fucking drunk. I don't think we got in the mosh pit, but God, dude, we were yelling all sorts of crazy shit. That was a fun night. That was a good show.
Yeah, I want to go to MDF next year, man.
You should do it.
Yeah.
Sell a kidney. Sell one of Levi's.
I'm hearing about speaking of Napalm Death, I heard them and Melvin's are touring together.
Yep. Oh, I'm fucking. That's be early May when they're here, either Cleveland or Detroit. I still have yet to see the Melvins live, so that's a huge bucket list for me. I've seen Napalm Death 4 or 5 times. Always a good time. Barney is still one of my favorite frontmen out there. You know, as smart as he is, vicious.
I still waiting for a new album though. Damn it.
I mean, this might be the year they drop a new one. Like they had that EP. Dude, the last one was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Napalm Death has just been on a tear here lately. Like I really don't think they've missed in a while. God, honestly, I would say, shit. Since Enemy of the Music Business on, like it's just been some of the most vicious stuff of their career. Time Waits for No Slave still, I love that album. Like every fucking track in there is just razor sharp and fucking vicious. And dude, Danny Herrera is an underrated fucking blast beat machine.
Yes, he is.
But yeah, dude, the last one was killer. Easy Meat was fucking awesome. God, man,
Code is Red.
No, Code is Red. Long live the Code. Dude, Smear Campaign. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Hell, even that covers album, Leaders Not Followers 2, was fun.
I don't have any of the Leaders Not Followers stuff. I just didn't really. I just wanted the studio albums, but I have like multiple copies of Utopia Vanish, which is, one of my fucking favorite albums. I have like a really early print of from Extinction. Wait, no. Oh god damn it! From Obliteration to no. Fuck. I always fuck up.
To Obliteration.
There it is. I always fuck up that one.
But yeah, that Leaders Not Followers Part 2, like some of these covers, really, really fun. Like covering Hellhammer, Messiah, War's No Fairy Tale, Discharge. I think my personal favorite cover they did was it would be either them covering Creator Riot of Violence, Dope Fiend by Attitude Adjustment, or hell, even the final one where they covered Hyrax's Hate, Fear, and Power.
Honestly,
Those are some really good covers.
Bring that up. I just got the comp of the first two albums. Been meaning to get this one for a while since, like, honestly, like in terms of the timeline, these guys have been like up there with fucking SOD in terms of the first band to do blast beats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, their first album came out in '85, and there are full on fucking blast beats on it.
Same time as SOD. Yep.
Yep.
So yeah, that definitely would have made sense.
Yeah, I follow Katon on Facebook. Dude's just constantly taking pictures in airports because the dude's always on tour. Like, hey, look where I am again.
Well, on that note,
I don't know if anybody.
I'm starting to get a little bit loopy over here, so I think I'm going to call it there. But thank you guys who all tuned in, not only to hang out, but also chat with me. And don't worry, slate of new stuff coming up starting this weekend and getting prepped for December Video Mania. Year-end lists, Immortal ranking, the whole 9 yards. But until next time, guys, all take care.
All right. Catch you guys later. Good